What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming out to the show tonight, the Friday Night Subcast. And we're going to get started here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and play the intro, and we'll be right back after this.
Sky high, did I hit a no-fly zone? It's just a bag of weed and me, I'm trying to get home. Oh no, when a Cobra swing on through. So come on and sing the song and the hook goes. Computer YouTube, please, the liquid crystal television. Over clicking the Cobra TV on the HD. My ship is Rusty Burkle's BMW. Wrapped around and fastened down. Look at my wooden wings and plastic panels. I'm looking for my homie, but I don't even know if he know I'm looking for him. Foraging oranges and purple forests. So go in the radio, take a photo and see your tornado unfold. Before you rip it, your torso open, black holes open in one hole. Oh no, I suppose I'm an asshole. If so, go tell a sentinel.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming out to the show tonight. Got an exciting show. We are going to get this kicked off. That music that you just heard there was from Rum and Apples. He's a friend of the show. I've actually known Rum and Apples way before No Man's Sky was even muttered, way before it was ever announced. We're going to be talking about some VR tonight. We're going to be going over some of the things that have been in the news, discussing a little bit about the quality of No Man's Sky VR and some other things. But most importantly, what this show is about, it's about you guys getting on the show. The Subcast is your show. It's where you get to be the shining voice on the channel here, and you get to voice your opinion, whether it be positively or negatively or whatever you want to do. I would love for you guys to get on the show. Tyler Thunder is thinking about coming on the show. He's been a long time friend of the show, and hopefully he's going to be calling into the show tonight. But if you'd like to get on the show, there's a Discord link down below. Click that, join our Discord, and meet us in there. There is a room called Atlas 102.5 FM, and that's where everybody goes into, and then I pull everyone down into the Subcast room, which is a locked room. And then you just get you on the show. And while you're waiting, you can have a conversation with the co-bros that are sitting in there. And but here we are. We are live every Friday. Almost every Friday. I mean, sometimes things happen. I got a really wonky schedule at work. So sometimes that doesn't go according to plan. But when we can, we try to be live every Friday. You can follow me on Twitter. There's exciting things over there on Twitter. Even the city debate. It's over there on Twitter. Stop tagging me in flat earth stuff. On Facebook, on Twitter, stop it. I'm not going to be your friend if you're going to tag me in flat earth stuff. I promise. But you can follow me. Oh, we got a donation from, let me see, Zach6284. Thank you so much, Zach. Hashtag that Cobra in the chat. Thank you, buddy. Keep Comment Game On is in the chat as well, since if you guys want to join the show live, hit the Discord link that he just posted in the chat. Thank you, Keep Calm. Thank you, Adam. So you can follow me over on Twitter at XXXCobra. That's 3 X's, Cobra. No spaces, no underscores, no hyphens, no weird symbols. Just XXXCobra. Wait, no, XXX. Yeah, it's 3 X's. 3 X's and a Cobra. That's what it is. 3 X's and a Cobra. You can follow me over there. Join in some of the discussion. And if you'd like to talk to some people, we keep a voice chat open 24 hours a day on our Discord. That you can go into our Discord and get some people together, go on the show, or get into there and just chat, have fun. We just got a new subscriber from the Fonzie. The Fonzie just subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. Whoa, that's the wrong button. And Billy Seeley just also subscribed to the channel. Billy and the Fonzie, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel and for joining the cult of the Atlas. We're not a real cult. People used to call us a cult, and I just made it a running joke. But thank you. We do have Kool-Aid. Yep. So thank you guys for joining the channel here and subscribing. But if you'd like to support us on Patreon, what we do is we keep a or buy a shirt. Be like Jane, buy a shirt. See this guy? It's a shirt, guys. It's a shirt. It works for women, too. If that was a guy walking there, the woman would be looking and the guy would be upset. These Cobra TV shirts that we have, they have that impact on people. You can find those links down below. But we do have, and I don't know where it's at because I'm just a clown. That's all I am, is a clown. That's not it. And that's not it. There we go. There's our Patreon wall. There's a couple people that I got to add on to that. And I just want to say thank you real quick before we get started in the Subcast. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you to everybody that came out into the chat tonight. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you for the people that share the show. I want to thank you guys for everything. You guys mean so much to me. I will never be able to express in words to make it sound believable because as far as how I feel, like the emotional level, like you guys are just amazing. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to every single one of you for being you, being here and stuff like that. So there is that. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. We're going to talk about the interesting news of the video that I made a while back saying that Hello Games is working on a new game. We actually got full confirmation. We kind of got a confirmation during the GDC where he said they were working on something new. But now we got full confirmation that they are working on something new. We're going to be talking a little bit about a couple articles here. And then we're going to open up the phone lines, have you guys come in. Can't wait to talk to you guys. But yeah, I see someone asking about Patreon. Oh, when you can. Okay, yeah. When you guys join the Patreon, you get like this immediate access into the Subcast, so you could join, barge right in, no matter what. You don't have to wait to be pulled in. You get Patreon access to the voice channel, so you just, boom, just get to get right on the show, just bust down the door, you know. But Adam, yeah, dude, thank you so much, buddy. I wish I could talk to you, bud. I wish you'd come on the show. Miss you, Adam. I miss you. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what they're working on here real quick. Oh, hang on. I want to show Aaron. Hopefully Aaron's in the chat. I went to go see his band play. They were on tour with Crazy Town. Came through here. Those are Aaron's autographed drumsticks. And I just wanted to show Aaron that I got them on display right here in the Cobra TV corner. The man cave. Man corner. The man corner. But, yeah, okay, so, sorry. I just want to show Aaron that real quick. But let's take a look at this article here. No Man's Sky creator teases a new game that's big, ambitious, and silly? All right, so let's take a look at this. We're still excited about No Man's Sky and about working on it. But we are doing, let me get this music turned down just a little bit more. I think it's a little too loud. I'm not sure. We'll turn it down to about a... I can't talk without music. It's so weird. We'll leave it right there. I think that's fine. We're still excited about No Man's Sky and about working on it, but we are doing other stuff as well, Murray said. We're doing The Last Campfire, which is a smaller side project, which we're also starting on something new, which is big, ambitious, and silly, he says. But we're still a very small team. We do quite a lot between us, but I think that's because we're all so into it. And we now sort of do things because we are excited about them. We tend to be quite productive when we are excited about something. That's genuinely where we're at now. With No Man's Sky's rocky days well behind it, Hello Games is now free to try weird passion projects, not unlike No Man's Sky VR, which even Murray said is not a commercially driven idea. The Last Campfire, a Hello Games short about some cute little adventures lost in the wilderness, is a direct result of that freedom. I'd love to see the studio take the same approach to something bigger and stranger, the better. The bigger, the stranger, the better. Hello Games' to-do list is getting long, so whatever this new mystery project is, we probably won't hear much about it for a while. And where the studio called The Last Campfire short, Murray explicitly said this new project is big and ambitious. So we probably won't play it anytime soon either. So we won't be playing it anytime soon either. So going to be a long ways away. I'm going to upload this as a edited video talking about this, and I'm going to put in a clip right here of where Sean Murray was talking about something ambitious, super ambitious that they're working on. They were at the high part of the chart. So insert clip number 1. And so that's it. They're working on a brand new game. And I tell you what, we're not going to hear or see anything about this, I guarantee you, for at least a year. It's not going to be like before. We're not going to have Sean Murray going on a bunch of shows talking about all the features and stuff that's going to be in this new mystery, big, ambitious, and silly project. So it's going to be a long time before we get to hear anything else about this. And during the GDC, he said he was at the high part of the graph with this new project. So that was concept and pre-production. So I guarantee there's not much to show. And if they talked about anything at this point in time, it'd be all ideas and all concept ideas and things like that. So it's going to be a long time. But I tell you what, Cobra TV is going to be here to cover it the best we can for as long as we can. So let's see what kind of changes Hello Games can do to the market this time with this next ambitious project. And we'll talk a little bit about some other things, about the teraflops thing that he went all crazy over. So we'll see. We'll see. I want to go ahead and go right into the hands-on article here. There's a few things in here I would like to point out. Is this the one that I wanted to point out? But if one game is chill and gentle enough, this article from Geek.com, written by Jordan Miner. But if one game is chill and gentle enough to hold up as an entire lengthy VR adventure, it's Hello Games' No Man's Sky, currently rising like a phoenix from the ashes of its... Oh, come on, man. Well, I guess so. I guess we can kind of say it's a phoenix rising, you know? I mean, I enjoyed it when it came out. Along with new features like MMO-adjacent multiplayer options, No Man's Sky is getting VR support as part of its free Beyond update this summer. And Sean Murray himself helped guide me in this intimate new look on an infinite universe. One of the biggest hurdles of translating traditional games to VR is just figuring out how movements work. You could give players dual analog sticks on a normal controller. That's what I want, because I'm an old man. But then you're missing out on the immersive possibilities of hand-tracking motion controllers. This No Man's Sky VR demo had me pointing and warping to different spots like Skyrim VR about a year ago. But if you're looking for less interrupted options, you'll also be able to smoothly scroll through the world, moving your head to change directions. Now, listen to this. That doesn't sound interesting to me. You'll be able to... But if you're looking for less interrupted options, so he's talking about if you're interested in not teleporting, okay? Which I'm interested in not teleporting. I don't want to teleport. But I understand why that's there for people that get motion sickness. You'll also be able to smoothly scroll through the world, moving your head to change directions. That doesn't sound like a good decision to me. Because when I'm walking around, I want to move my head around. I want to look. And I don't want to change the direction that I'm walking in if I want to look to the left. So I wonder if that's something that we can change. At least I hope that's something that we can change. And another game movement like that would be far too slow and imprecise. But it would work in No Man's Sky because the game is all about doing whatever and doing it on your own pace. The Zen Attitude and general vibe, that Zen Attitude is general vibe so well with VR. Everything on procedural generated planets, from the bespoke items in front of you to the intricacies of the terrain beneath you to the gorgeous stars above you, feel that much more meaningful, if blurrier. Now, a couple of people are saying that this VR version is a little bit downgraded, not downgraded graphics, but they're saying that it's a little bit blurrier. And I'm okay with that, I guess, because I grew up on 1980s television. We had to tune in our TVs with a dial. Not only that, the dial worked in conjunction with rabbit ear antennas, some of which that my father would make me stand beside the TV because if I walked away from it, it would mess up. So there were sometimes I'd had to stand in a perfect position, holding the rabbit ears, while my father sat on his butt and enjoyed his favorite television programs in the 80s. I had to stand there. So the blurriness, yeah, I don't think that that's going to bother me any at all. Plus, I got bad eyes. I've wore glasses. Sometimes I don't wear the glasses. And I guess blurry is kind of normal. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I got to wait to see what it looks like. But I don't think it's going to have an impact on anything. Everybody who's played this game, including this person here who wrote the article, has said even if it's blurry, it doesn't matter. Even meaningful if blurrier, right before your eyes, no drugs needed. Even just talking to a shopkeeper like an actual person is almost overwhelming. The adjusted VR controls also help you feel more like an adventurous space explorer. Physically reaching into your holster to pull out your gun is my new favorite VR motion, and I'm glad it's there. Accessing various tools also feels great, since you scroll through menus on your own nifty futuristic wrist computer. Ooh, that's neat. A futuristic wrist computer. Shooting is accurate, as you would hope. I blasted my way under the ground, out again, creating my own custom cave. But the biggest upgrade might be the flight controls. Manually gripping the flight stick and punching the throttle to enter hyperspace feels fantastic. And the great news is these VR interface perks are added onto the full version of No Man's Sky, a game that has already proven itself to be dense, rich, real sci-fi game worth immersing yourself in for upon hours at a time. VR just makes that even easier. No Man's Sky VR launches this summer. Now we have a lot of game media sites talking about how amazing No Man's Sky is, how amazing No Man's Sky VR is, No Man's Sky Beyond. And some of these, not all of these, some of these media companies, were with the, the team hate, the Hate No Man's Sky group. A lot of these people threw the game under the bus and pointed out what they called lies, pointed out what they called a bad game, a boring game. And now here they are talking it up. So if these are the biggest critics for the game, and they're going on record saying that it's absolutely amazing, they're going on record saying that this game is the best fit for VR, period, for any game on the market. There's some that are quoted saying this. So if they're going on the record saying that right now, then this has got to be truly amazing. If they were so critical before, and now they're just all on board. A lot of people have been asking about motion sickness and things like that, and we've got a little bit from Kotaku here, so we're gonna go check out some of this on Kotaku. I don't have the website anymore, but I did get some stuff off the article, and I posted it on my notepad here. But motion sickness, and this also covers a little bit of realism. Exploration is what the game's about, and exploration is more interesting in VR, Murray said. You could get vertigo. You could stand at the top of a mountain and just feel like you've got a real view. So what he's saying there is you could really feel like, the feeling when you're up real high and you look down, you get those weird butterflies in your stomach, the feeling on the bottom of your feet when you're too high and you don't feel safe. That's what he's talking about right there. You can be in that cave and feel claustrophobic. That lifts the whole game experience. That's amazing. The Kotaku article goes on by saying there are some hazards and pitfalls. The game looks more grainy in PSVR than it would on a standard view. Murray said it looks sharper when played in VR on PC, since that hardware is more powerful, but it's never going to look as sleek as the game looks like on a monitor. A downgrade in visuals that will compete with the grandeur of having No Man's Sky, I can't read, worlds wrapped around you. So they're saying that even though there's a downgrade, I think they mean the blurriness that everybody seems to be talking about. I think they mean that is a trade-off, that it's so immersive and it's so amazing that the blurriness is kind of worth getting out of the 2D experience and going into the game itself. It goes on to read by saying we have a new subscriber. We've got Zenith Omega 19 has subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much, Zenith, for subscribing. And whoops, I hit the wrong button again. I wanted to give you the echo here. And thank you for Zenith Omega for joining the cult of the Atlas and the Cobra family here. Thank you, buddy. It also goes on to read, it poses some nausea risks. The developers at Hello Games are offering a range of movement options, including a teleport and turn system for moving through the world and stuttered rotational turning, which tends to diminish the risk of feeling sick in VR. Murray still cautioned that some movements during a spaceship flight might be hard for some players to take in, and that the game will offer a range of comfort settings there too. So comfort settings for flying as well. Sin City just subscribed. Thank you so much, bud. Got Sin City subscribing and joining the cult of the Atlas. Thank you, Sin City. And then there's something I picked up here on a couple of different articles. This one happened to be in the Kotaku article, saying it's this kind of makes me feel like we're not going to have such a big drastic change to the game like next. Now, hold on. I think it's going to this update is obviously bigger or as big as next, but I'm talking about like a universe reset, like a planetary reset, because they've changed so much in the algorithm. And I got that by saying it's smart. The article reads, it's smart to offer VR as an option for the game and to let players use their existing saves. Long-term players, Murray mused, will see their in-game creations and familiar planets in a whole new, amazing way in VR. It seems worth trying if players have a VR headset. So that to me kind of says maybe there's not a drastic change to the planets, because if it says familiar planets, it could be a tricky wording. I don't know. I would like there to be such a drastic change that there would be a universal reset, like we've had in the past. But I don't know what you guys think. But I would like to have you guys come on the show and tell me all about it. So we're going to jump down into Discord and get some people onto the show. We got two of our Patreon supporters in here already. We got Dakadoofer and Snow Obsidian. Dakadoofer, what's up?
Hey, nothing much, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, buddy. What's on your mind, dude?
Not a whole lot, man. I am psyched about No Man's Sky Online. I'm eager to see what that will be.
Yeah, have you been keeping up with all the articles?
Not as much as I would like to be. I've been watching the YouTube videos more, but yeah, it's so exciting, man.
It sure is, man. It sure is. Are you ready for VR? Or do you have a VR headset?
I am not. I really wish I did, but I want it on the PlayStation, but I think a VR headset is like $300, so I don't know if I could do that anytime soon. Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
I got mine for just under 90.
Who was that?
Oh,
Snow, you're really low. Let me turn you up. Say something again.
Check 1, 2, testing.
Yeah, you're super pretty low, but I think we could hear you. So you said you got yours for under 90?
Yeah, and that's with the game.
Oh man, where'd you go for that?
GameStop. I got it used.
Hey, just as good, right?
Did you get
GameStop?
Do you have the move controllers and the camera and all that?
I got the camera that was before I got the PSVR headset, so it's a good chunk of the money out right there. But other than that, I don't have the move controllers, just the headset. Just the headset and the cords and processing unit.
Oh, there you go, Tack and Doofer.
That's sweet, man. I gotta check that.
Also, look at Amazon and eBay and things like that. Get yourself a cheap one that way as well.
Craigslist.
Oh, there he goes. Let the back door open. Look who came in through the back. We got Adam. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Miss you, man.
Hey, what's the deal?
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute.
It sure has. It sure has.
I like the new intro with rum and apples. I was not expecting that. I'm like, this is new. I'm like, is this rum and apples? This sounds like rum and apples.
It's rum. Yeah, he's doing music now exclusively. Like he got rid of the podcast and is laying down a lot of music. That's the music he wrote specifically for Cobra TV.
Very cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Where did you say to check, Adam?
Oh, like Craigslist and Facebook.
Craigslist.
Facebook has its own marketplace now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like always on Facebook just browsing the marketplace, just looking for random games and microphones, even though I don't need them. I'm like, I got some free time. I'm just going to browse. I actually bought the mic I'm using now, the Blue Yeti, from Facebook for like $50, and it's like a $140 mic. So you can find deals if you keep your eye open.
And what do you got to play it on PC?
Yeah, I'll be playing it on PC. I'm not going to be getting a VR headset just because a little bit too expensive. But yeah, I'm going to be playing. I want to jump back into No Man's Sky. It's been like a long time since I've even played it, so I am like way out of the loop.
Cool, bro.
Who's this? Sena Rose.
It's a me.
Sena Rose, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Hello.
My favorite guest, buddy. I'm glad you're here.
He says, how are you? And he says, hello.
Can you see my icon?
It looks like a lady in a red shirt with blonde hair.
Yeah, I drew that.
Oh, I can barely see it, but it looks good.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome, bud.
Where can I post it so I can see it up close?
You can post it anywhere on Discord. Are you following me on Twitter?
Yes, I'm following you on Twitter.
Then why don't I see your stuff? Tweet it at me.
I don't like Twitter.
I like it better than Facebook. I don't know, Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Facebook's got the memes though, man. It's got the memes.
Yeah, definitely does. We got Vargul on the call. Curtis, what's up, buddy?
Not much. What's going on? I'm playing a little No Man's Sky this evening, buddy.
Very awesome, very awesome. Are you itching for that VR?
Dude, I am. I'm really excited. And the more I hear about it, the more questions I ask, the more advice I get. I'm pretty sold. It's just a matter of time.
Can you believe what everybody's saying about this? Like, all the people that were critics of No Man's Sky are saying things like, there's no other better fit for VR than No Man's Sky.
I think that's awesome, though. I mean, I really do. Again, when Hello Games launched No Man's Sky initially, that it did something that no other game developer has ever done. Set the foundation for this type of genre, right? And now they're doing it again. They're setting a premise for VR. I think that's badass.
I do too. I do too. Every step of the way they set a premise for procedural generation, right? And they set the bar pretty high on that. And even though it was a rocky start, they've also proven to be like the best comeback kids in history as far as gaming goes.
Yeah, I agree.
There's been 3 launches of this game technically. Well, 2 so far. There's about to be a 3rd one. They sold a ton of copies at launch, like AAA sales. And then they sold AAA sales at Next.
And when that VR comes out,
oh my God,
everyone that has a VR headset is going to get this game. Like,
exactly.
It's like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I see VR people. Because I'm curious what the VR community is saying about No Man's Sky. Like, oh, don't get this, remember? But they're not saying that. Everybody that is like the VR community who is they're not associated with the No Man's Sky community whatsoever. People who have never played it. They're talking about this game. They're talking about it, and they're wanting to get it. Like, there's no drama about 2016. None of that.
Yeah, when people talk about No Man's Sky nowadays, like, because I listen to a lot of gaming podcasts, but every time like there's a game that came out and had a rocky start, and then they kind of like keep working on it, everyone mentions No Man's Sky. Like, we hope they can turn around, kind of like No Man's Sky. Like, it's becoming its own thing where everyone considers it like a success story now, like a big comeback, and they're not like thinking of it like, you know, in a negative light anymore, like as a joke the way it used to be thought of. It's like always a good thing when people are talking about No Man's Sky now. So it's really had a big turnaround.
Right. We got people in comment, like if you look at the comment sections, we got like right here, we got people like John Verco here in the comment section of this one article saying, great review, I'll buy it for sure. So this person has never played No Man's Sky, right? So we are looking at another onslaught of sales for the game yet again for a third time. Like, this game has...
There's not a lot of like VR games that are like high quality. I mean, because it's kind of new tech as far as like consoles go. So people are still making them, but I think this is probably going to be like the biggest budget like VR game people can get their hands on.
Right.
Because of just, it's already a game and they're just adding the VR aspect to it. So
Definitely.
exciting, man.
And I am actually really disappointed in GameStop right now because I guess how much I found that game for a new copy.
How much?
Of No Man's Sky?
Yes.
$58.
No.
$5. 10?
About $7 new. And guess how much it is for used?
How much?
17.
Gee.
Wow.
That makes no sense.
Bet the
No,
new
it does.
760 though.
Sounds like we
game.
got a hater manager at GameStop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You go in there,
if I may.
they will hate you for No Man's Sky, right? They'll look at you kind of like, you really want to buy that? But then they will try and sell you $100 worth of DLC when you buy games.
Yeah.
They're probably like, don't buy No Man's Sky, all the DLC's free. Buy this game because we can like get more money.
Yeah.
You know, we can sell you those DLC cards and all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, you know,
So,
honestly, one of my biggest, like, I guess, redemption stories or whatever for No Man's Sky was actually my friend Zach. He does not give second chances to games, like, ever. But I basically brought my entire computer over to his house and said, you are playing this, I'm going to make you play it. And he played it, he played survival mode for, I think he actually played permadeath mode for like an hour because he usually plays like roguelike games. And he played permadeath for like an hour. He's like, all right, this is a really good game. I think I'm going to buy it. And he was trash talking it so much before he played it.
Survival
he was
and
like, all right.
permadeath is a really good mode to get people into it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got a caller on the show that has been a friend of the show for a long time. We got Tyler Thunder making his
How are you
debut
guys?
on
Yep.
Cobra TV. What is up, Tyler?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Hey, man, it's really good to finally get to hear your voice because you're in my inbox
thanks.
like a lot.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, sorry if I'm like a little shy, you know.
No, it's okay. You don't seem shy to me. You don't seem shy to
Alright,
me at
that's
all.
good.
So what's on your mind, bud? What do you want to come on and talk about?
I guess like just like talk about Beyond and stuff like that, you know.
Sure. What's on your mind?
Yeah.
You want to talk about the VR, or do you want to talk about the No Man's Sky Online, or do you want to talk about what could possibly be in Part 3, Update 3, because we found out that NPCs walk now, so that's a hint to what is in 3.
Yeah, I want to talk about Component 3.
All right, go ahead, buddy. You got the floor.
So what I think Component 3 is gonna be, like, well, one part of it, I think it's gonna be like a space overhaul. That's what a lot of people are expecting, you know.
An overhaul.
Yeah, like to space, you know, like they're gonna add like through space.
So like maybe
there's-
spacewalks and that
Yeah,
type of thing.
spacewalking, yeah, stuff like that.
There is a video that is going around on Twitter at the moment, and a lot of people think it could be a sun. Other people think it's
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
A lot of people think it's like oversaturation of the lights because they're in a dark room and they're probably using a really crappy camera. But I don't know. I don't know what it could be. If it's a sun, it's pretty small unless he's still pretty far. I'm sorry, too close to the mic. Unless he's still pretty far away from it. But the way the railing lights up is more light. There's more light on that railing than I've ever seen before. But at the same time, that could be oversaturation as well. What do you
Yeah,
guys
that's true.
think? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
What do you think it is?
Some people are thinking it's like orbiting like stars and stuff. I'm not sure what to think really. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards oversaturation.
Holy
Yeah,
cow,
probably.
we got a huge
Hey, Cobra,
donation
quick
from,
shout out to Richard Joy. He,
Richard-
gave you-
Yeah, he
Wow,
gave me $50.
Richard Joy, thank you so much for that. Hashtag that Cobra in the chat. Thank you, Richard.
Richard Joy spreading the joy. I love it.
Indeed.
Cobra.
Yeah, buddy.
Have you seen my picture? It's in the Subcast chat.
Subcast chat. Let me see if I can navigate that way.
Oh wow, very well done.
Subcast chat.
So what do you guys think about the name? The Beyond on the end of that. No Man's Sky Beyond.
I think that's a cool name. I think it's a really good name.
Like when I think Beyond, I think of like space.
Yeah, me
Right.
too.
Maybe because like there was a Star Trek Beyond movie and that had to do with space, but I just think of space when somebody says Beyond. I think of space. So maybe that space thing you're talking about could be something they're leaning toward. Because Abyss was obviously the underwater and all that.
Yep.
That's really good, Sena Rose.
The quote
Yeah.
visual.
Really
So
good,
do you
bud.
guys think? Do you guys think Component 3 is gonna be the biggest out of all of them?
I do.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
I think with those, and again, we haven't even gotten number 3 yet released. We don't know what else is Sean's holding back. As much time as they spent on this, and the fact that they're integrating what was going to be 3 individual updates into one big massive update, yeah, I think it's going to be bigger than next.
If I may.
You may.
Okay, so I meant to tell you guys this on the last subcast, but everything seemed to go haywire.
Speak a little bit louder.
I meant to say this on the last subcast, but everything went haywire last subcast, so with me and the voice and all that, so I'm going to say it now. Considering the fact that the part 1 of No Man's Sky Beyond is only advanced multiplayer. Could be more, could be less, but let's just say advanced multiplayer for the time being. That includes, let's say, bigger player lobbies and possibly more character models. Now, notice that multiplayer is a secondary aspect of No Man's Sky. The same goes with VR. They're not part of the core game. So think of it this way: they're not necessarily they're not content. They're features. If Hello Games follows this trend, how would that affect Part 3 of No Man's Sky Beyond?
Well, when you think of No Man's Sky Online, you can't just say that it's a big deal because now you have more players per lobby. You can see more than 4 people's avatars at once. So I think with No Man's Sky Online, you're going to have a lot of content that's going to be attached to that. You're going to have
This is true.
probably things to do, more events that people can play. Like racing is going to be improved, or maybe they're going to throw in something for us Galactic Thunderdome wannabes, something like that in there. Or, there's going to be some kind of hub integration that they're going to put in there, so that way we can build bigger colonies together, which that's what I'm leaning more towards. So No Man's Sky Online is going to have content attached to it. Otherwise, it's not even really an update. It's just, hey, we increased the lobby size. Yay.
Well, yeah, and I agree with you, Cobra. So, I mean, if they were to have released that as its own individual update, because he did say that there was going to be 3 updates. These 3 updates were tied together. You really couldn't call that an update. You just couldn't. I mean, it's just like Cobra said. Okay, so we added, we lifted the blue sphere thing, and now everybody can play together. Or we have larger lobbies. Okay, there you go. And then nothing else, no other substance to that release. It would have been dead in the water. People would be like, "What the hell?"
I agree.
Yeah, I think they've learned their lesson. I don't think they'd announce No Man's Sky Online or whatever, and then just you can see other people now, instead of just orbs for some people. You know what I'm saying? They've definitely are going to be adding a lot of content.
So I think that number 3, because I think Adam was in there with us too. We were talking a little bit about speculation on what number 3 was going to be, and so we got multiplayer online that was announced. and that's kind of like I said in the lobby. That was kind of platform-ish a little bit. I mean, it's on all the different systems, but it's more about a game mechanic as opposed to content, right? And then we have PlayStation VR announced, and that again is kind of a new platform for No Man's Sky. So I think the number 3 release is going to be an additional platform on top of that, whether it's Google Stadia or maybe they're going to announce cross-platform gaming. I'm just speculating, but I don't think we're going to see any real hard evidence of new content until a full-blown trailer is released right before launch.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, they're hiding stuff. Most definitely. Why they didn't hide the walking NPCs, I don't know. Dave Linger in the chat says, Hello Games always gives us more than just the title update. Yeah, we've said that before. Like, it's No Man's Sky Online. There's stuff packed into that aren't obvious from the title. So yeah, I agree with you, Dave. We got Jason just joined the chat. Jason, what's up, bud?
Hey, what's up, Cobra?
Nothing much, man. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I was wanting to speculate about the number 3 part of the update for No Man's Sky.
Oh, okay, sure. What do you think?
Well, think about this. In Visions, we got an overhaul to the landscape. In Abyss, we got an overhaul to the oceans. And I think this new update is going to overhaul the air and space portion.
Yeah, a lot of people think that there could be some space update. The only thing that looks kind of different for space so far is what we've seen out of this gameplay demo that we're showing on screen here, where it shows I think it's oversaturation. When I did this, I recorded the video, and during me recording talking, I had literally changed my mind about this possibly being something different. Like, I'm like, in the video, I go, towards the end, I go, yeah, guys, this looks like oversaturation. But I don't know, but I would like to see, because, really that's like a lot of people have said, the space has been like the one thing that really hasn't been really updated except for like rings around the planet.
Well, like I was talking about in the Atlas chat, the dogfights, even if it's 10 against 1, it's too easy to win.
Oh yeah.
So you want like upgraded dogfights and like flying mechanics and that type of thing? Think they'll add that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Keep calm.
Yeah, I agree. That's like, people saying, well, there can't be cities because the Sentinels won't let you.
Which, what?
They're too easy to beat. They're like little gnats that you swipe out, and so what? They bring the walkers after you, and the quadrupeds after you, and the bipeds after you. Who cares? They're so easy to beat. It doesn't stop us from building bases. Oh, I'm sorry. We should get into this.
They're more of an annoyance than a threat.
Yes, and that's my main point, is that they need to be tougher, rougher and tougher.
So, can I stir the pot just a little bit, Cobra?
You may as well.
Okay. So this whole kick on cities, which I've read a few of the posts. I haven't really dug into, and I definitely haven't commented because I didn't want to be a part of that. But there's been references that have been made about it not being part of the lore in this, and it wouldn't be right, or the game wouldn't support it, or the consoles wouldn't support it, or there has to be optimization. Well, we already know that Hello Games has already optimized the game even more so than what it currently is, because he made that announcement in his press release or in the news column on his website, right? The other thing is that I don't think it would be an issue for them to implement small colonies or populated cities, because that would be programmatically entered into the game. They would have to code that. What makes it difficult for players to build bases currently, and why we're limited, even though we have 22,000 pieces that we can lay down, so that we're adding content into the game that's not in the game, that's not procedurally generated, and it's harder on the system resources to produce that or to render that in game. So you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And the other thing is that I don't know why. I guess I could understand why some people don't want them, and I get it, because they like the vastness of space and planets, and they like to explore. And they like the way the worlds are generated now. Okay, and they say it won't disrupt the lore, right? But if cities,
but having cities won't disrupt the lore.
Right, and I agree, because what are we doing when we're building bases now? We're building
exactly. And with cities, my downtown, the city, I could drive through it in under 30 minutes. So I don't know what's in people's minds. Are they thinking Coruscant? Like, do they think that's what we mean by cities? I mean, some people are saying towns. Some people are saying maybe small villages. That's what I think people are really getting at. Seeing these little structures that are randomly placed here and there that don't make any sense, and you can't build cities, but those things were built, and that cities would become too repetitive. But aren't trade stations repetitive? Aren't space stations repetitive? But we don't want those things removed.
Well, and the other thing is like the Sentinels don't harass us when we're colonizing or we're building cities now. Nah. So even if having cities was lore breaking, why aren't the Sentinels attack us every time we lay down a piece of foundation, right? So I don't know, man. I don't understand. But
that's a very good point, Vargel.
Yeah, I want to come across a place where a city used to be. I want to see it in ruins, because maybe the Viking had settled there, and there was a war between them and the Sentinels and the Gek. I want to see that and explore the lore that's there.
Absolutely. And I think ruins and temples and cities and points of interest, places to go, I think that would bring a lot more depth and immersion into the game. And so we also, on the space stations, we got to see a clip where we had walking NPCs.
Right.
If small colonies or small civilizations were implemented into the game, then that would give more locale for those NPCs to occupy. And I mean, we go to the space stations now when we get quests. Well, we know that multiplayer online has been expanded on. So, how cool would it be to land on a planet that you haven't been, visit a location, a city, or a colony that you've never seen before, and pick up some really unique quests from NPCs that are down there.
Right, and I agree with you, and I think that brings up a good point too. That I think that with them walking now, I think they're all. You could also find NPCs on the planet, in the trade stations, and the small, some of the buildings and stuff like that. But so I think there's going to be a lot more. Yeah, if they could walk now, they need more of an environment to walk on the planet. So I think there's going to be a bit of content there that might not be what you consider a city, but might make the city people, that might make the people who want cities happy. Yeah,
I think that the current buildings that we have now, I definitely think that those should be expanded on. And I'm not talking like something we would see in Cyberpunk necessarily, but I think that we would want to see more occupancy, a larger colony. I would say instead of the 2 to 3 buildings that we get now, I would say maybe 10 to 12. A little bit bigger than what we currently have.
I agree.
So kind of like a village.
Yeah,
or something. Yeah,
little town, little something there where you can land and buy something. Who knows?
Like a Gek just mowing his front lawn or working on his car in his garage.
If you see a Gek mowing his lawn, shoot it. A good Gek is a dead Gek.
That hits closer to home than you think, man.
Yeah,
I think it would be cool after you've been exploring for a while. You dug up some salvage and some scrap. You sold it to a vendor. You land on this planet and you go to a bar and order a tall glass of ice cold Gek milk.
Well, I'll tell you one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me in No Man's Sky. I came across a Viking that I traded multi-tools with, and this multi-tool was broken. I mean, almost every slot needed to be repaired, but it was a 26-slot multi-tool. and I repaired every single slot, and it took me forever to do it. But I earned that multi-tool, and I'm never going to trade it.
Yep,
Nice.
I wouldn't. We got J-Spot J.
Hey, Cobra.
Yeah?
So I agree with you. Like, they can add cities to the trading post. I agree with you there.
Yeah,
cities they can add to the trading post, yeah.
Wait, you're talking too fast. What?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. No, the cities, they can add it to the trading post.
Exactly, yes.
I want to see a Gek driving an RV just across, the planet. It's on a little road trip with his buddies, just driving an RV, going on a road trip.
Chasing you down.
Little campfire going.
You know what I think?
Roast some marshmallows.
You know
That's
what
what I
I
want to see.
You know what I think would be really cool is to be able to trade items player to player.
Oh,
we can.
Or player-based missions, and Cobra's mission is always go kill 10 Gek. Come back to me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, I will send people to kill
give
Gek.
me a baseball bat, and there's going to be a lot of dead Gek.
There's proximity trading.
One of the game mechanics I'd like to see them incorporate with the multiplayer online gameplay is that, with us being able to build little communities or hubs or bases that we have, we should be able to hire like an NPC that constantly sells the goods that we supply him with to the rest of the galactic trade market. So anybody can buy from you, just as if you were going online and shopping. If I had 1,000 units of ferrite or something like that, or I had a couple of blueprints that I found that there were duplicates of what I already owned, I could sell those to other players through an NPC vendor that I hired. That would be badass.
Really cool.
Yeah, you
Like-
get nanites for it.
Like
Right.
the guild traders in Elder Scrolls Online.
Like have your own little shop and just open it up and like set
Oh,
your
yeah,
own
that'd be-
prices.
Yep, exactly.
We got
And then
J
that
Spot
would be
J. I don't think J Spot's had a chance to speak. Have you, Jay?
I have.
Okay, buddy. Okay. We also have Sword that jumped in. Sword, my boy, what's going on?
What's up, Cobra? I'm gonna tell you guys, y'all can speculate until tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, this is what I want: 38 slot exotics. Okay, just drop us 38 slot exotics, guys. I will start buying exotic ships.
If there's one thing that needs to be overhauled in No Man's Sky, it's the ships. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
They're
I
not
agree
good
too.
enough for me.
Different types.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get
like-
ship customization in this update?
I think so. It's found in the files, so.
Yeah.
It was
I
in the
don't-
files,
Yeah.
but only in the files for like coloring and decals and stuff like that. But did you guys notice in the very first Beyond trailer that we got there was something weird attached to that ship?
I didn't
Or-
know.
Well, I definitely thought I definitely thought it looked a lot cleaner and a lot more vibrant than ships that I've owned in the current version of the game.
I don't think that full ship customization is the way to go with it, because there's such a large subsection of the community that does a lot of like ship discoveries. It spends hours and hours at trade posts and space stations looking for that unique, rare colored ship that nobody's found, or there's not many of that post up in these Discord chats, on these Reddit pages, stuff like that. That's for a lot of players. That's what their favorite portion of the game is. I don't think full ship customization's the way to go. I think new or more varied ships out there to discover would be more up the alley of what would help entice some of our veteran players or people that's been playing the game since day one to stay interested and focused in playing the game more.
But it could be like as simple as like a custom paint job or something.
Well, that was
you can.
supposed to be coming. That's actually in the files, like what you could do with your exocraft and things like that. But if you take a look at the picture that I've got on the screen, there's a railing on it. I've seen this ship before in the game, but I've never seen one quite like this. Not only that, but it's landed on. It's not on a landing pad. It's landed wherever it wanted to land.
I noticed that. Yeah.
And
Well, we can currently do that in the game, but what's unique is that it's inside
not
of a-
like that. You can't.
Right. Not yet. That's what threw me.
It's on a structure. It's not like on a planet surface or anything like that. It's on like a what do you call it, a patio?
Hey, Cobra, is it just me, or does it look like in the bubble behind the cockpit there's a co-pilot?
I don't see a co-pilot. I see a
It's
fan
a
spinning.
I think that's like the engine or the fan.
Yeah.
Well, I
yes.
will point out, if you look at the post right in front of it, the black post is similar in shape to the ship colony, and it may be something off in the distance, or I'm reading too much into it. But you know how when you call your ship, you just have that one little burnt spot out in the grass, but it has like the green light up. You know, this is where you can land for free parking, but that goes away once the ship lands.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's what that is. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is inside of a structure, so it would be amazing if we had like freedom of choice of where we could land and don't have to have like that auto landing on a place wherever. But it's not just that's in this frame that I'm looking at, but though is the ship itself looks dramatically different than I remember seeing it in the game. There's a lot more detail to it. And there's a railing on the side that I've never seen before in the game. Maybe some of you have. And if you have, let me know.
Well,
I don't remember seeing anything like this, Cobra.
Yeah, and some of the vents that they have on the side of the ship too. I mean, I've seen them before on other ships, but not quite as many, and in different locations as well.
Yes.
And two, also, you got to notice as well, it could be just some optimization of the ship's appearance. Because when we got next from 1.3, you know, they added the little serial numbers to the ships, made the gray or silver areas on some of the haulers more shiny and textured looking than what it was in 1.3.
Does anyone else notice that the
Now, one thing I'd like to see, and I know it's a minor thing, but one thing I'd like to see is if you take the same ship into all kinds of planets' atmospheres, the ablative effect should melt some of the paint off, so you should see some wear and tear on your vehicle.
I agree with you there.
What effect?
Ablative. That means heating up as you're entering the atmosphere.
So,
Devil Langer in the chat says this could be the way they handle having 16 people in one space station. I'm assuming he's like referring to like being able to land your ship wherever.
Right.
Because like if you could pick a landing spot, you could have multiple, more ships in one place.
And KJ PC Gaming says you have total freedom of choice on where you can land. I've landed next to a ship off the landing pad on the trade post. It's not this. It's not the same thing. This is a structure here that it's just I don't know.
Hashtag best parking.
Yeah. do you think they'll add like?
Hey, is it just me, or do all of you enjoy when you fly in when you fly into like a building? If you can find a landing spot that doesn't cost your launch thrusters fuel, you're happy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
Also, a couple other things, if I may, Cobra.
Sure, you always may.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you look at the front of the ship, the very tip, has anyone else seen that rounded tip? I know there's a flat, a sharp, and the stubby type. Okay.
I think I have, but I have not seen the. I have not seen the hood scoop. There's a hood scoop on there. I've never seen that. Has anybody else?
No.
Not that I remember, Cobra.
And there's one other thing I want to point out. Totally off topic though. Stubborn Ninja and the Convergence Planning Committee wants us to talk about a date for the Convergence. I have some great news on the Convergence as well when we get to it.
We'll get into that off the subcast.
Okay,
Sure.
So Cobra.
Sure. Yeah.
Just he wants everyone in on.
When do you think we'll see Component 3 news?
What?
When do you think we'll get Component 3 news?
You got to come on the show more often, man. I love you as a caller, dude.
Thanks.
Say that one more time.
All right,
I think what he's saying is, when do you think we'll get some Part 3 news?
Component 3 news, yeah.
Oh, Part 3 news.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. I think this Part 3 is going to take a little bit longer to get because my predictions, we're not getting this update until August. I hope I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they're going to wait until July or August to release this. And I think number 3 is going to linger a little bit.
Week.
Yeah.
I think others come out next week.
But doesn't
You
it say
think-
March 15th on their website?
What?
Like No Man's Sky Beyond, doesn't that launch March 15th?
That's when the post
Or-
came out.
We're past
The post-
March. This is April.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm just reading the website. I don't even know what month it is, man.
Oh my goodness.
That's how out of the loop I am.
Oh my God.
Did you mean
It's
April?
like, what year is this, bro?
It came out a month ago. How did none of us see?
It's like it's already out. Everybody are playing right now.
I still remember when we got pranked
Damn
on
it.
the Amino when it was April Fool's joke. Somebody had used a Photoshop and Photoshop next update. There was updating the PlayStation for No Man's Sky, and they photoshopped in the next update into a picture, sent it. I swear everybody in that chat was checking their PlayStations like 2 minutes later. I can't get an update. I'm not getting an update. No! And I'm like, it's April Fool's, guys.
That's funny.
That's very funny.
Let's see if we can get some more Cobras in here. We've got a lot of people. I think if people keep joining that Atlas room, I'm just going to join the Atlas room, but we'll see how it goes. I think Viking Captain's been in there for a while. Viking Captain, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, Cobra?
Not much, man. Not much. Team Viking, that's what I say.
Oh yeah. That's my favorite race in the game, man.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. I just wish they were a little bit prettier.
I'm more leaning to the Corvax, but Vikings are cool.
Yeah, Vikings are
One of
cool. I
my
love their
characters-
history, but those tentacle mouths have got to go.
Hey, Cobra.
Yeah, buddy.
Hello, Traveler.
One of my characters is a Gek.
Huh?
One of my characters is a Gek.
I'm sorry for your unfortunate event there.
Oh, come on. The Gekker's cool, dude.
Cobra's
Hey,
going to need a
get out of the
booster code
subcast.
in current location.
Dude, they remind me of the Ferengi, dude. I love the Ferengi. They're weaselly little bastages, but I love them, man.
They remind you of the Ferengi now, but not back then, and some of them are still sympathizers of the first spawn.
Yeah.
Well, not me. I want to go on a Gek genocide.
Hey, Cobra, I just want to make one good point, and I'm gonna step out and let y'all guys get back to the subcast. We were talking, y'all guys were talking and hit on it a couple times. I think a few of you mentioned it about the third portion of the update. Snow brought up that that the online and that the VR is functions or game mechanics of the game, and if the third one goes along with the game mechanic instead of content, more of a feature instead of a content. Man, I've been racking my brain for a week now trying to contemplate what's going to be bigger than VR with No Man's Sky. I mean, why would you do your grand finale as the second portion of the update? Because I can't think of much bigger than VR. And then it dawned on me the other day. Y'all mentioned hub integration. If they add some sort of function or mechanic into the game to bring the hubs that we've done offline through Amino, through the Discord, through the Reddit pages on how we coordinate all these, if they add some sort of hub coordination in game.
Mm-hmm. I think, yes, I think that could be coming. The more I think about it, guys, let me see if I can get the correct image on the screen here. Okay, so let's bring up that survey that we all took. And I know I do it every subcast. But the more that we keep seeing leaked footage of like the people testing it, and we saw the NPCs walking around. All right, so we got enhancements to underwater exploration, which was Abyss. I guess you could probably throw visions in with stranger, more varied planets, but I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that. And then we've got replace source of full character models and larger multiplayer lobbies, which could go with No Man's Sky Online. Content could be wrapped up into that. Then we have more base building depth, VR support, which we know we're getting, and more depth and variety to NPCs, which we know we're getting. Okay, so we know we're getting most of the things that are on this list. So I think it could... I might get hated on for this, but I think we need to think like carpets and curtains on the number 3. Because
Cobra, it says on the website, No Man's Sky Online includes a radical new social and multiplayer experience which empowers players everywhere in the universe to meet and play together. Gotta be like hub integration or something. Like they don't just throw radical out
very
there,
true,
man.
and we also see new content. We see when you look at the picture that I've got on the screen here and you watch the trailer, there is new content. There are these big spinning orange lights, these pillars with these orange lights. We've got this big walkway that looks like it's covered up either by fog or by water. It looks like you can walk down there. So there is new content. But at the same time, when you look at everything that we're getting, you could literally, of everything that they've been talking about here lately, you can cross everything off on this list. VR support, larger multiplayer lobbies, more depth and variety to NPCs, more base building depth, which we don't know that yet. Replace orbs with full character models, probably No Man's Sky Online. But like I said, you're going to get content in that online thing. VR support is obviously going to be able to experience the game at VR. And then the more depth and variety to NPCs. They're walking around now. Who knows what else they could do?
I think everything on this list is already going to be in the game. Like they already have that plan. They worked on it. It's done. Like there's a secret list, Cobra, okay, that they're not showing us, and that has all those extra features.
Well, so Cobra, if I remember views that he took, that Sean Murray had, he mentioned that at one point they thought Next was going to be it, like done. Like when Next released, they weren't going to have another update,
right?
Or
because it felt like a period at the end of a sentence,
right? And then now, but then they continued to watch the forums. They listened to the community. They saw how much the population and within the game, the community has grown and playing it on a consistent basis. And they started working on 3 other updates. And actually, he dispersed his crew. He kind of like told them, okay, well, you can work on whatever you want. Work on whatever you want, and we'll see what we come up with. And then as their developers started progressing towards certain aspects of the game that they wanted to implement, he tied them all together. Now this is what we have for Beyond. Do you think that he's going to complete this, what we're calling a roadmap? He's going to finish this, and that'll be it. Do you think we'll see any more content at all, or do you think this will be kind of like the close?
Yeah, no, I think we will, because they alluded to more in the future in the blog post.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Also, I might have an idea.
Do you think? I'm sorry. Think that?
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask. Do you think that the content that we may get further down the road will just be small, incremental pieces of content, or do you think we'll ever see another update that like we have with Next, or even potentially Beyond?
They said Beyond is the most ambitious update so far, so I think that means like there's gonna be more big updates coming, probably.
I think there'll be bigger updates coming.
Yeah, because they said that so far.
How much bigger can you get?
That's what she said. Whoa!
Didn't they say not too long ago that they're just now understanding the tools that they create?
Hey, Cobra, I'm going to go ahead and take this pause in the chat. Say, man, been a pleasure being on the show. Thank you for having me, and you guys have a great night.
See you later, Sword.
Thank you, buddy. You take care, man. Stay safe.
Will do. Have a good one, guys.
All right, you too, buddy. Let's get some more people on the call here. We've got Severine's joining us. Severine, how you doing, bud?
Pretty good. How y'all doing?
Doing great, man. What's on your mind tonight? We're having quite a few conversations about different topics here.
I want to know how everybody else is preparing for the upcoming expansion, like with your character in game.
Hey, buddy.
I'm saving up units.
I think at this point everyone's pretty much like where they're going to be. You know what I mean? Like everyone's upgraded as much as possible. I think at this point we've got probably billions of units at this point. I don't know. We can't get any Quicksilver at the moment.
No. Do you think they're going to? Hey, Cobra, do you think they're going to address that with this update? Because Quicksilver's become an issue now. There's no more community events.
I think we're going to see a second season of the weekly events. They said this was like the first season.
I think they're going to pick up after this.
Beyond, yeah.
Because
Matt
you
Barrett in
gotta
the chat
find some way to
says
make that Quicksilver.
Rayrod said they're only running 5% of the potential. Because
Yeah.
Rayrod's like looked at the
2%.
files, right? He's
2%.
2%.
2%. Okay.
Yeah, the engine is only at the engine for No Man's Sky is only running at 2%.
Dang.
Right.
So his mod is hitting more than that, though.
This is
That's
also
true.
going to
And
Rayrod
see, the weird thing about Rayrod is when I asked him, I said, "Why is Hello Games only utilizing 2%?" His response to me was, "I don't know why they do what they do." It's like
They're masterminds.
Well, no, it's
I
like
don't know.
Rayrod can push it beyond 2%, and they don't. So it's very confusing.
Well, if anybody could, it'd be Rayrod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they did it on purpose like that so that they could keep improving the game.
Oh yeah.
Hello Games, an entire team is working on one enormous update using an engine that uses 2%, and Rayrod, one person, Rayrod, is utilizing this engine way more than Hello Games is. How is
Hello
this
Games
possible?
needs to hire this man.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
wasn't
agree.
there a movie of like someone who found how to use 100% of Rayrod is like the No Man's Sky version of that.
Yeah, right.
Also, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
So back onto the whole No Man's Sky topic. Well, we are on No Man's Sky technically. If you go back into the video, you will notice that there are lines of orange. Now this is on the edges of the map. Sorry, not the map. The screen. What if those are corridors or doorways into basically a hub's own dimension or universe or galaxy? What if those corridors lead to other players' hubs? Mind blown, right?
That would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. The things that have like the orange lights on them, they got to do something. They got to mean something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know.
Also, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, because Snowman. Yeah. I think in one of the interviews or one of the videos that where somebody had a chance to play VR, they mentioned the menu system, and he had made a comment about interacting with your wrist, and it pops open these holographic menus and stuff like that, and you can look at the map. Now, was he referring to the galactic map that we currently have, like the star chart that we currently have in the game, or was he referring to a planetary map unique to each planet?
I wish
That's a good
the latter.
question.
Yeah, I definitely wish we had a planetary map.
I would also like to change of topics here, though. Stepper Ninja has a message for you, Cobra. He wanted me to relay this.
Okay.
Alright, so his message is, no appearance from me tonight, man. Sorry, I had to dance with my girl and I am more worn out. Please get up with Snow and talk about Convergence a little tonight if you don't mind. But as you said, you'll do that off live. Or
Okay.
not live.
He's worn out from dancing with his girl?
Apparently.
I only need him to use his mouth. Wait, that didn't sound right. Never mind. Oh my god. You guys trapped me in that one.
The thrust master.
Oh,
Real quick,
boy.
everyone in chat, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your hype level for Beyond? Post in the chat.
For me, it's 10. It's 10 for me.
I'd say 8.5.
What?
On a scale of 1 to 10, definitely 12.
That's good.
Dude,
Definitely a solid 7.5.
Yeah,
Hey,
every
on volcanic planets, I'm a cry, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but this game-
every hour on the hour, I'm scrolling on Discord, Twitter, YouTube. I'm looking for anything that I can find new that's relevant to the update.
Just
I'm
remember,
telling you, my
Sean
anxiety
can't do anything small because he needs that approval from everybody.
Yeah, I'm at a full 10. Right at
Yeah, me too.
limit. Yep. We got everybody. We got 11s. We have
a couple of hundreds.
a 7
quadrillion.
742. We got a 100. 9.9 from Meridius.
Over 9,000.
Very specific. 18 quintillion from Martin. 10 from Hartom.
Well, Cobra, I'm gonna have to. I have to thank you for carrying the flag from launch for this game that we all love.
Bearing the flag? What?
Bearing.
Yeah, you've been the torchbearer, man. You've kept this community as one.
No, we all have. We've all gone out there and streamed this game on YouTube. We've all dealt with the people back in the day when they came in the chat saying, "This game sucks. You suck for playing it. Supporting a lying developer. Get off YouTube." You know, you guys all been through it, right?
But you've provided a really good platform for people to get together and communicate and talk and share ideas. I mean, we wouldn't really be able to do it like we are right now without being able to be on your subcast, man. This has really brought a lot of people together, buddy.
Yeah, exactly like Vargil said, man. You've been the torchbearer. You've been the one that's carried us through the thick and the thin, and we appreciate it.
Yeah,
you guys have done the same thing for me. Trust me. Trust me. I can say the same thing for you guys for what you've done to me. So thank you.
I will say, you are the brightest star in our constellation. And speaking of constellations, we are a constellation. So why don't you go ahead and subscribe to each other, guys, and leave a like on.
Let's take a break right now and listen and check this out. All of you guys in the chat, you guys are all explorers. You guys all have YouTube channels. Subscribe to each other. Click those 3 dots. Go over and hit subscribe to each other and see what kind of content you guys have. I know a lot of you are great streamers, great content creators. So let's just connect those dots, become a constellation, and subscribe to each other. If you have a YouTube channel, say it right there in the chat. That's yours right there. You're allowed to self-advertise your YouTube channel right there in the chat. So
yeah, I'm probably the only one that don't stream.
No,
I don't. Question.
Why not?
Hey, Cobra.
I don't understand.
What?
I got a question for you, Cobra. Is that mask behind you? Is that the original Cobra TV mask?
Yeah, it's the original Cobra mask. Yep. From the old days.
Wondering. The old days.
Yeah. Severine, what are you doing to get prepared? Because I think a lot of people are pretty much to where they need to be at this point.
Well, I started the game a little later than y'all. I bought it when it came out and was messed up for like $20.
Yeah.
And I didn't play it for a while. And then just 6 months ago, I picked it up and said, "Oh, hey, let's check this out." And that's right when all the newest updates hit. And I'm like, "Wow, this is awesome. Why is everybody pissed off about this game?"
I don't, dude. Like, look, I used to sit there and play the game. Like, I had problems streaming when the game launched. Right, I couldn't figure out how to stream and record because I wasn't a Let's Player. Right, I'm just a podcaster. So I went in and I just said, forget YouTube. I ain't gonna capitalize on uploading my stuff. I'm just gonna play the game. So I played it for a long time. Then I'd come back to the internet and the internet was just at war. People were throwing letters at each other. It was just a riot on the internet, right? About the game, and everyone was saying it sucked. And I'd go back and I'd just get away from that toxicity, and I'd go back to play it, and I'd be sitting there next to my wife, and I'm like, this is so cool. Why do people not like this?
Well, you mentioned your wife. Let me mention mine. She uses it as a walking simulator. She'll upload it in creative mode and just walk. My wife suffers from bipolar, and when she has an episode, she'll just load up the game and just walk and blow off steam. And it's amazing that this game can actually do that.
That's really cool.
It's a great Zen game too.
Go thanks for her doing in VR.
Zen mode. Listen to some music. Boom.
Yeah, it is a really cool game just to play and just relax, not have any goals or anything, just relax.
Yeah, very true, very true. Let's see if we can get some more Cobras on here. We've got Exploring Life. Exploring Life. What's going on, bud? No Exploring Life.
Real quick, everybody watching, smash that like button. We got 100. Well, Cobra, shut your ears. Don't listen to this.
No,
Cobra.
don't even say the
Don't
number.
listen to
Don't
this.
say the
Plug your ears,
number.
Cobra. We got 164 people watching. Let's get 164
No
likes
numbers.
on
No
this
numbers.
video.
I don't care about the numbers.
There's
Explore
only one
life.
person watching, Cobra. Don't worry. It's just me.
Okay, we
I'm
got
the only viewer.
We don't have exploring life, so we're gonna go.
I just wish I could like it more than once.
Double like it.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Exploring life. How
You
are
can
you?
always thumbs it down and thumbs right back up.
Exploring life.
Exploring Lives has some proof of something.
He's got
yeah,
what?
He might be watching the video. That's why he's getting delayed. If you're exploring live, you are in the subcast room. If you can turn off your video, you can hear us better.
You got to talk a little more sort of explore life.
Hey, sorry about that, guys.
See, I told you it works. Snow, you can't be so
Hey,
calm.
you know something I really would like them to expand upon is the archaeology. Like I made most of my units just digging up bones and taking them to the space station to sell.
Wait, isn't that a country song?
Yeah.
Man, I live in Appalachia. I love country music.
So check this out, and Jason's onto something really cool, right? So the excavation and the archaeology that you can do in the game currently, I think is really unique. But when we talk about, I'm going to go back to cities just for a second. When we talk about new structures or new colonies, even if they were abandoned, even if they didn't have any NPCs, but those were points of interest for you to. And maybe you find a little bit of threat there, but your whole purpose for being there is to dig up and explore those the scrap salvage metal or the ancient bones of ancient creatures that have been buried there. That would be bitching, because now you're just not randomly digging in the planet. You're actually at a localized area that the quest has sent you to go retrieve this stuff from. I just think that would be more immersive. It'd be bitching.
Underground cities, man. I've been saying this. Underground cities.
It
Make
should
it happen.
follow the lore. Like, if they're going to have archaeology, I want to dig up Viking bones and skeletons from the war. I want to find the destroyed sentinels that they killed on the planets during the war. I want to find the dead first spawn that was killed during the war. I want to see those dead ships.
Cobra, you know what I want to find?
Hit what?
Korvax Prime.
Yeah, I want to see it all. Yeah.
I want to find like a trapdoor, right? See a trapdoor, digging in the sand, trapdoor, open the door, there's this underground labyrinth. Next thing you know, you got Gek, like just dead Gek, mummified Gek laying around, then like things are jumping out at you. I want to see that happen, Cobra, all right? I want to see that. Jump scares, left and right, mummified Gek, make it happen.
Five Nights at Freddy's in Euclid.
Exactly.
Cobra.
But in No Man's Sky.
In contest camera sculptor, that's pretty freaky.
Cobra's just like, you had me at dead get.
Yeah, that's right. We got No Man's Sky Galaxy joining. Harris, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Cobra, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Excited and happy to hear from all of the excited fans of No Man's Sky as well.
Yeah, definitely. I've been like lurking and listening and watching all the trailers and trying to bang my head. What is this third big update? And I think it has to be huge. They've been working on this almost for a year, I think, since the next update. These other things they did, Abyss and Visions, that was cosmetic. I think they've really been doing some good stuff.
Look, remember, carpets and curtains.
I know. No, I know. But
do you guys think we're in for another universal reset?
I don't think
hope so.
I don't think so, only because of something that Sean Murray said in one of the interviews, saying he said it's smart to someone said it's smart to offer an option for the game and let players use their existing saves. Long-term players, Murray mused, will see their in-game creations and familiar planets in a whole new amazing way.
Mm-hmm. Where did you read that?
Yep.
One of the articles, I believe it was Kotaku.
It will be a space update, though. I could bet
Possibly.
on that.
It's possible,
So,
yes.
you know why? If you look at the extended VR footage, it's like towards the end, and he's like flying out of the planet, and you can see the planets from space, and they look so much different. At least that's what it looked like to me. They kind of sort of look like how they look like during those early trailers. They looked really cool.
Right.
Can I just talk about VR for a second?
Sure, please.
Because I have a PSVR and I was playing No Man's Sky on it. But of course, it's not the regular real VR. It's just like playing in a movie theater. Like you're really close to the screen. And the only difference is that like it's not as clear. Like when I play No Man's Sky, I've been sitting close to the TV, and it's really clear. And so it's kind of like VR because you're literally within 3-4 feet of the TV. But with the actual PSVR, it's the fidelity of the screen is not quite the same as But I heard the computer is much better. The Vive, the quality is better.
The PSVR has a field of view of only 100 degrees, and I used to have the PlayStation VR, so I definitely want to play No Man's Sky in VR, but I can't decide if I'm going to get the PSVR or the HTC Vive, just because with the other headsets, they have a higher field of view, which if you want to be immersed into a No Man's Sky virtual reality game, you might want to get a headset that has a higher field of view. And the Pimax, I heard, actually has 200 field of view, which the human eye has about 210 on average. So imagine that. That would be very immersive.
When you say field of view, are you talking about your peripheral vision?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because I've tried all the headsets, and I just wasn't that impressed with the PlayStation. I also wear glasses, so that even makes it so I can't fully have the headset on. So a headset that has a higher field of view where you can see more. How big are your
glasses? I wear glasses, and I wear it.
They're pretty big.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But just trying all the headsets out. I still like the Vive over the PlayStation VR because you can also walk around the room, which is very immersive. Like imagine doing that with No Man's Sky, if you walking around in a huge, if you have the space for it.
I just get like a sheet and put it over my computer screen and my face, and then that's my VR headset.
So
totally immersed.
I want to say that to people out there who haven't gotten a VR headset yet, of course, PC VR for PCs is going to be better. But I have tried a PC VR headset, and I own a PSVR. Now, I do want to say that the difference in quality is not enough for you not to enjoy it, like, frantically. The quality for the PSVR is good enough. It really is. I mean, it's not like...
Well, the Cobra, I'm sorry, I hate to cut you off. I'm sorry about that, but I played PSVR with Resident Evil 7, and it was magnificent.
Yeah, it sure is. It's not much of a difference to where you're going to feel like you're left out. And
I was asking...
If you're debating on whether to go out and spend a whole bunch of money on a brand new PC that's VR ready and get a VR headset versus just get one for the PS4, it might be better off for you just get one for the PS4.
Yeah.
That is definitely the cheaper option.
Right.
But if you have the PC for it, I would definitely recommend.
Yes, if you already, that's a good point. If you have both and you already have a VR ready PC, by all means, get one for the PC.
Yeah, especially like I that's the hard decision for me because I kind of want the PlayStation VR, but trying all the headsets, and I've been dreaming for the day of No Man's Sky VR. I knew it was going to happen since I think I was watching when, back in the old Cobra days, when you showed that video of, they had the headset in their office. And I was like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to make this VR game someday. And then we had when we were doing the ARG, we had what was it called? The Wear headset.
Yeah.
That was kind of pointing to VR, and everyone's like, no, this doesn't mean VR. I kind of think that they were kind of like hinting that VR was going to be a thing eventually.
You know what, with the Wear, what scared me at the time with the Waking Titan Season 2 is that people thought it was VR, and I didn't want there to be backlash when there wasn't. But I really think that they put that into the story to kind of get a gauge on the audience of whether people wanted it or not. I think it was a test. to see if
Yeah.
wow, they really want this to be VR, but it's not gonna. But I think that was like a sort of like some kind of social experiment. But yeah, I made videos back in 2015 showing, like, confirming, hey, they're working on VR. It was called Project Morpheus back then. But I made videos confirming it, and people have always, you're wrong, shut up, it's not possible.
They've been working on it for 25 years, but computers are only right now able to take advantage of it.
Well, didn't Sean, not Sean Murray, but PC Gamer say that it was basically the best VR experience they had ever had?
It's the best fit for VR.
they all say
Not the best experience, but it's the best fit for VR. Yeah.
Oh man, it'd be so amazing. I really hope though, like if we do get a space update, that would be like my dream come true. Because the thing I've been wanting for a long time is like real suns and possibly planets being able to rotate or orbit or whatever, which we know that they used
proper orbital mechanics.
Yeah, it makes space feel more alive, and that's all I need. Like that's my deal breaker for me. I mean, obviously, more varied planets would be cool and stuff, but the thing I've been so obsessed with, like them wanting to update something, is like a real star, especially if you have the VR headset, and you can like get close to a star, and just imagine how like crazy that'd be.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get companions for our characters, like pets?
I want to see
companions
that.
we can just kind of bring around with us.
It's
Put it in our ship.
possible.
That's kidding.
In Star Wars, droids that can kind of lock into your ship.
I would love to carry one of them sentient pineapples with me.
Yeah.
Instead of pets, I would just want the ability to be able to ride some of these and equip it with weaponry. You know, like the flying creatures.
Like an arc.
Oh, that would be bad.
I want to construct a zoo in my freighter, where you can actually get their DNA and create them. And
I would like to have one of the flying worms to have lasers coming out of its eyeballs.
Wow, that went straight synthwave.
Be like, oh, these guys want a lot of things.
He's making a list.
Thawstar, what's up, buddy? Thank you for joining the show, Thawstar.
Hey.
How are you?
I don't know. Okay. Been thinking about this third thing a lot, but I'm kind of thinking it might be something that's not on that list. To be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what do you think it is?
The other section.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people, said it. Been tossed around ideas about large overhauls of many different things like the AI or space or underground, which all need to happen at some point. But
right,
I can't figure out which would be something that might be in this, or maybe none of those, or maybe something totally different than that.
Yeah, there's a possibility.
So are you thinking
Pokemon?
So are you thinking? Are you thinking it's something like out of left field, something surprising?
Huge, but
yeah,
surprising,
I think
maybe.
so. Probably some. Yeah, I don't know.
I think in the interview,
I expected the VR part, and I got that right. But then after that, it's like, okay, we got the online thing and then the VR. I have no idea what a third thing.
He said that they all kind of fit together. So maybe what would fit together with online?
Okay, I was getting ready to bring that up. Hear me out for a second. All right. Now he said they all kind of fit together. And that it made sense to release them together. So, look, I think what we're getting is basically what's on that survey. Now, what could go together with No Man's Sky Online is more base building depth, which would bring in the hubs, where we could all build these big hubs, and we all create our own city-like places to gather in No Man's Sky Online. I think building the more depth of building, they're like, hey, I bet you this would be great because people can actually build actual colonies, actual hubs. And then somebody said, well, wait a minute, wouldn't that go better with No Man's Sky Online? So shouldn't we include it in No Man's Sky Online? And they go, no, we want it to be its own update. Well, why don't we just release them together? May as well throw the VR in there too at the same time.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, trading amongst players would be I think a big deal.
So you
I want to be able to trade ships with people.
Yes.
I don't want
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I want to be able to race ships or and to get the pink slip. Get your ship, take it. If I win,
I think
there's gonna be a lot of customization though, like ship customization, possibly weapon customization. Because I mean, wouldn't it be cool if you like bought a ship, drew some kind of cool logo or whatever, sold that ship to a random NPC, then like a month down the road, some guy's at a starport or whatever, he sees an NPC with that ship, he buys your ship, and you can just kind of maybe have a shipyard or something. But I think customization has to be a big role because if you have that online aspect, that brings more people into it because it allows you to customize and kind of show off your own things. You know what I'm saying?
100% right. I'm sitting in a space station, and then Adam comes in, and I'm sitting down at a table, and we're playing some kind of Euclid space poker, and this is part of No Man's Sky Online, and then you could sit down and play me.
And I'm like, I'll bet you my ship, bro.
Exactly. You could bet me
you're
your
wrong,
ship.
buddy. It's like that solo scene.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
I think what Cobra was talking about earlier would be. I think what Cobra was talking about earlier would be awesome. Like put up your spaceship and then be like Fast and Furious in space.
Oh yeah.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. Back when Next released, there was a hidden base building part. It was similar to the racing terminal for Exocraft, but it was specifically meant for ships because you could see a ship model on it even though it's blacked out.
Right, it's so you can customize the color and put decals on it. Yeah. Yep.
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a race initiator, but with ship.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
ship
that?
race.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. If that was
fingers crossed we're getting that.
What if you could get tickets for speeding and like get your ship taken away, and then you're just like, I don't got a ship, it's impounded, it's in the lot, I don't got enough money to buy it back. You're just kind of doing odd jobs for Gek and Bikeen to kind of earn your way back to getting your ship. You're mopping floors and all this stuff.
Oh, that'd be so awesome. Carlos, thank you for coming on to the show, buddy. What's on your mind? Carlos? Carlos? Okay, we got no Carlos. Let's go ahead and get Brent.
Carlos is so excited he can't even speak right now, Cobra. That's what this game is doing to people. His hype level is at maximum. He can't even talk.
Brent, thank you for coming on the show, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm great, man. Can't wait to see what number 3 is.
Hi. First of all, I've been keeping. Can you hear me?
Who's this, Carlos?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, it's Carlos.
Carlos?
Okay. You should be listening.
I am listening.
We can hear you.
I will listen to you, Carlos.
Wow. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Carlos is so excited right now he can't even hear what we're saying. He got his voice back, but he can't hear what we're saying.
He's standing beside himself.
Oh, what's
hear you?
Okay, we're gonna put Carlos back into the Atlas room for now. Brent, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I had a question about what you guys think about online. Do you think we'll be able to use our existing saves, or do you think we're gonna have to, start fresh for our online save, like we did when permadeath came?
It's been confirmed. You could use your existing save.
For online?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. And beyond, nothing changes as far as your saves are concerned. Everything is going to be the same for you.
You think you'll be able to switch like from third person to first person to VR right within the game, or you have to exit the game and go into VR mode?
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think you're going to be able to, even though some games have third-person VR. But this one has very specific move controls for your to pull out your multi-tool and things like that. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work.
Did I see a hint to the possibility of No Man's Sky coming out on the Switch? I think I might have seen something.
I don't think it would run on the Switch. No, that was it. Okay, that was Martin's fault. Look. I explored No Man's Sky on Facebook is our group, and he put a banner up saying that it was confirmed. It was an advertisement for Switch. I kind of got upset. I'm like, why are you false advertising on our banner? So I removed it, and he goes, hey, you dummy, it's an April Fool's joke. So, no, he didn't call me a dummy, but he should have.
Has anybody played No Man's Sky on their phone, like with the Sony app?
No, have you?
I was thinking about it, but I didn't. I installed the app, but I didn't try. I don't know,
it's pretty slick.
It works?
Yep.
Oh, is that why that was on the tablet on in that video you were showing, where it might be a star or a planet, but it looked like it was on a tablet?
An oversaturated planet. Yeah, like I think this is the camera is just making everything too bright because the room is real dark and they had the camera oversaturation.
Lens flare. Planets look different now. They I don't know, when I just watched the extended VR footage. It literally, when he was leaving the planets looked so much different. Like, I tell you guys, you should like rewatch that because when he was leaving the planet, and you can see he doesn't fully look at them, but you can see in the corner of his eyes, they look like, I don't know, they just look really amazing.
Hey Cobra! Hey Cobra! Hey Cobra! Hey Cobra! It's Martin.
Hey Martin, how you doing?
Hey Cobra! You are a dummy. There you go.
Okay. I could call you the nickname that I have for you. Do you want me to do that?
Martin Rectum?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's it. You got it. I didn't think you were going to let me do it, but you said it. I wasn't going to do it, by the way. I was just going to tease you. I wasn't going to say it. Jeez.
I say something about
Martin Rectum.
Oh god.
That killed him.
But you got to put an S at the end of his name, so it's Martin's Rectum.
Back to the
I saw a planet like that.
You're all getting it wrong. It's because I killed a keg. Martin wrecked them, but in slang he wrecked them.
What a W?
No, it's not going to work.
Oh, speaking of Gex,
not even red.
Gex, did you guys know that that early? I just deleted No Man's Sky Next so I could play the old version of No Man's Sky 1.0. Was I blown away because I literally started on one of the most beautiful planets.
Oh yeah, he's back in the. So I guess
kind of like an
he's
E3 planet, and I was like, wow, when I was playing the older versions, I didn't have this luck. And then like planet after planet was all these beautiful lush planets. But what I was gonna say is when I ran into a Corvax and a Gek, how they talked sounds so much different. I kind of liked how they used to talk.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Captain Monday Baker, what is going on, buddy?
Hey, Cobra, what is going on?
What up, Baker?
Been a long time, bud, since you've been on the show.
Hey, man, this is my first time on the show.
No, I thought I had you on once.
Nope. This is my first time. I never could get up enough nerve to call, and I've been wanting to call, and I enjoy watching the show so much. Till I just, I didn't want to. I didn't want to call in because I enjoy reading the comments and listening to you guys, but I just thought I'd try it today because I went shopping for VR.
Oh yeah,
and
what'd
I
you
was
get?
just telling the guys in the chat room, and the guy that was in the sales guy looked like Sean Murray, and I wanted to take his picture so bad, but I didn't want to be rude about it. And I was like, so I just and I was talking to him about No Man's Sky, and he was like, I don't really like it because I heard it was so buggy in the beginning, but I heard it's okay. And I was like, man, it's great. You got to check it out. It's going VR now. And I'm telling him about it. He didn't even know. And so, he was like, wow, really? VR? It's like, yeah, that's why I'm in here now. I wanted to check it out and experience it, but they didn't have one on display.
Can you imagine, listen to this for a second, like the amount of stores and salesmen that are being approached by explorers of No Man's Sky here recently saying, Hey, I'm here to buy some VR. Have you ever heard of No Man's Sky? Let me tell you about our Lord and Savior Sean Murray for a second.
And like all of these disgruntled GameStop employees that were like hating
We're
on
like
the game.
a bunch of Jehovah Witnesses wearing spacesuits.
Man, I felt so embarrassed one time when I was on the airport. I meant on the airplane, and I was sitting next to this guy, and I actually asked him like what his name was, because no joke, he looked exactly like Sean Murray, and he sounded like Sean Murray too. He was like a British. He had an accent, and everything looked just like him. I said,
Wow.
"What's your name?" And he's like, "Oh, my name is Mark." I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Am I sitting next to Sean Murray?"
Hopes and dreams utterly crushed.
Well, it's good to have you on the show, Captain Monday Baker.
Man, I'm glad to be here. You know, I enjoyed the show. Everybody in my house knows about you guys because I talk about it all the time. Hey, Cobra Zone, no one's watching, because I'm a real big No Man's Sky fan. It's the only game I play. I only bought my PlayStation for No Man's Sky, and because when I heard it was coming out, I went and bought a PlayStation right away. And I was like, this is the game I've been waiting for, because I'm not a gamer. My kids are. I've got 3 boys, and we all got PlayStation. And they're big gamers, but I'm the only one that plays No Man's Sky. I bought No Man's Sky for everybody, but they kind of play. We play together, and I thought that was so cool because I'm getting to play with my sons on a game, and we all got to explore some planets and stuff and build some bases, but
I guess I hear you, Baker. I hear you, Baker. I got a boy in myself, and we all explored Euclid together.
Yeah. Dude, I'm getting ready to spend $329 to play a $60 game. How stupid is that?
It's not stupid. You just don't have the equipment to fully experience it. Look, guys, for the first time in a few months or less, we are going to be in the game that we've been playing. Now, I know a lot of you don't understand what that means because a lot of people haven't experienced VR. When you put in VR, it's not a screen on your face. There's something weird that happens to your brain. And like there's a game, all the games I played, there's a game where I was in a cockpit and it's called Battle something. People keep reminding me what it was called and I keep forgetting it. Early onset of Alzheimer's. But when I looked around inside that cockpit, it really felt like I was there. And it's not just
Cobra, have you played Eve Valkyrie?
Oh yeah, I played it. Yes.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, when you're flying there. Yeah, that's good.
Well, I'm buying VR next week, but I'm not going to plug it up until No Man's Sky comes out. I don't want to experience it until, because I was going to go and find somewhere. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to save this experience for when it comes out on No Man's Sky. That's the only way I'm going to. I've never experienced it before, so it's going to be really, it's going to be amazing, man.
Get the package with the controllers also.
You know,
you gotta get the controllers.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, Baker. I'm not the only one with a southern twang.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in Mississippi, man.
Hey, Cobra, you got a donation.
I'm a Kentucky boy.
We got a super chat donation from Doc. Hashtag Doc in a chat there. He says, "Excuse me. Do you have the time to sit down and talk to me about our Lord and Savior Atlas?" Thank you so much, Doc. I appreciate that, buddy.
I got a point about the Atlas. Why make it so difficult to understand the Atlas if they put it right in front of you at the very beginning of the game?
I don't know.
Well, hello.
What did you say?
I want more lore. That's what I want.
We got our lively Ronk in the chat. Ronk, how you doing?
The long-lasting Ronk is back.
That's right. How you doing, Ronk?
I'm doing fabulous. I just noticed you were live. I'm like, cut the chase. I'm leaving the staff meeting. I got a podcast I gotta catch. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm really grateful to be here. Very excited for VR. It makes me really want to buy one now. Not sure what the third thing will be though.
So you're not ready for VR just yet?
I don't have a VR, no.
Do you think you're going to be ready by the time Beyond is released?
That's a hard one. That's a very hard one because VRs are expensive, and
peanut butter and jelly.
The update was totally unexpected on me, so I didn't have time to save it. For that.
Peanut butter and jelly. Eat that for dinner. No, don't do that. Do not follow dietary advices from me.
What's wrong, peanut butter?
I disavow any advice for dietary
How is that
advices
gonna help
from
with
me.
VR? So you don't have to buy dinner just to live up to
Yes, yes, that's
months?
right. Yes.
If you want to get fat, follow Cobra's dietary advice.
Do not follow my advice. I am not a dietitian. That was a joke. Do not do what I say.
What
It was like, you want to play No Man's Sky? You want to lose weight? PB&J.
Oh my gosh, I saw a hilarious meme where a guy was like, I'm ready for No Man's Sky VR, and had was like sitting like on a bucket with his pants down.
Oh, that's our friend Cloud Runner. That's a real picture of Cloud Runner. Yeah, he's a Twitch streamer. If you don't know who he is, go search him up on Twitch, Cloud Runner. He's a part of our secret group that I'm not in. Yeah, I'm not in one, but he's part of that thing that I'm not in. Yeah.
You know, I have a speculation about the third reveal.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that, well, in one of the interviews, Sean Murray had mentioned, because somebody had asked him when do they think they'll reveal the last piece of the puzzle out of the 3 items, and he said, we don't want to say much more until we know that and deliver. In other words, until they're finished doing whatever they're doing, bug testing, developing, whatever. Well, what if the third reveal is a trailer, and what if we're not going to get it until closer to launch?
I think you've said this before.
Yeah,
and I don't think so. I don't think the third reveal is like the final trailer. It's because he said it was 3 updates in one. So I think it's going to be a literal update, and I think it's going to be. I'm serious about this. I think it's going to be building and more depth and variety to NPCs with a couple of other things. I think it's going to be the bigger content update of all of it, but
they might wait to reveal it. I don't think they're going to do it soon.
No, they're going to wait
at least another month or two.
I hope not. I hope not.
So you know what? What if it's cross-platform?
Next
what if
week.
that's part of this update?
Hold on. Why weren't any smart people playing that game? You know how people were testing it and then writing articles after the embargo? How come nobody was smart enough to say, okay, it's VR. That's obvious. We can write about that. But I want to peek and see what's new.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Well, they got to keep it confidential, man. They got to
VR on the next build. That's what it was.
Somebody leaked it with the video footage that the test played it that showed the NPCs walking around. So obviously that if they were smart enough, they could actually stick their noses
maybe they
elsewhere.
leaked the one with the sun, man. That could have been a star.
I think it's oversaturation.
There's also the possibility that they weren't allowed to.
It was a demo version.
Yeah, but these are people that don't know the game inside and out, so they don't know what's new and what's not. Right?
I think we're gonna find out what's next or what's on number 3 on Monday. Because they went from number.
Just kidding.
Okay, so after they announced number 1, it was 10 days, and then they announced VR. And we're past 10 days of them announcing number 2.
So with VR coming, think about this. With VR coming, the 3rd update. how about this is gonna be like physical buckets because we all get motion sick, so we get like a free bucket.
There's gonna be waterfalls, y'all.
We're introducing a new a product to the Cobra TV store where you can buy the shirts and the coffee mugs. It's going to be the Cobra TV styled. It's got the logo on it, and it's an upchuck bucket because we're going to be throwing up.
We're coming to an end?
No. We're not to the end. No.
Hey, Cobra, if you put that for sale, I'll buy one.
I wish I could. I have to check and see if they have like little stationary trash cans or something.
I'll put it on my bucket list.
Peaceful Gamer in the chat saying that
How about planets with lava?
Hey, Cobra. Let's just hope no one kicks the bucket.
Funny.
Yeah, buddy, what's up?
I make fun of MZK real quick.
Devil's advocate.
We don't make fun of MZK. MZK's a friend.
I just want to point out though, every time he starts saying, why is No Man's Sky not updating or blah blah blah, then every time he says that when he does his like video thing like there hasn't been an update for No Man's Sky, and then next thing you know, Hello Games is like, oh, we're coming out with an update called Beyond.
I want to mention this real quick in the chat. It says Peaceful Gamer says previews were not in the complete Beyond. I think that's not true. I think because since NPCs were walking around,
Somebody dropped $500.
huh?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that, Cobra.
Oh
you
my
got a
God!
$500
What the
sub
heck?
chat.
Wait. Okay. I hope that wasn't a mistake.
It might not be USD, but yeah.
That's USD.
Damn.
It says, hold on, let me read this real quick. It says, Cobra, you are a wonderful person whose positivity and love for those around you is what causes many to follow your channel. I hope this small gift helps with your new studio and is additional surprise to help you with any post-accident recovery. God bless you and your family. Oh, my God.
Wow. That's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
hashtag him in the chat, guys.
I was gonna say hashtag him, man. He deserves it. $500. That's a big donation.
Dang. Yeah, is that the biggest you ever got?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad to witness this.
Cobra.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sena Rose.
That's like
Where's
two
Drunken
VRs.
Taco?
What?
Yes, where's the Drunken Taco?
Where's Drunken Taco?
I know exactly where he is. He's in Harlan.
Huh?
No, we live close to each other. I know the location where he actually lives.
Oh,
well,
he hasn't been active, right?
Yeah, he hasn't been active on Facebook.
Oh.
I know he's online most of the time.
No, I played online with him a few times.
Thank you, yeah, thank you so much, buddy. I do appreciate that. Sorry, guys, I had to thank him. I had to look into the camera. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. $500. That's huge. That's huge, man.
Oh my!
That's like 2 VRs.
That was
you
like
could give me
2
one now.
weeks of work for me.
Oh wow!
That's your power bill, your water bill, and everything.
That is just
right there.
Cobra, now you can buy some PB&J.
You guys are gonna help because I'm speechless at the moment.
Like 4 or 6.
That's like
Everybody-
one whole day for
I want
me in
you
a
to
dark
comment-
alley. Wait.
Comment
Next
some
thing you know,
random
he gets
emoji
another
if you're
500.
going to get a PlayStation VR or any VR.
Hey, there's your
You know,
VR.
my wife works as a manager of a fast food restaurant, and she brings home $600 every 2 weeks. $500 all of a sudden, that's huge.
Hey, Cobra, is that the largest donation?
Oh yeah,
Would
by
they go down with
a long shot. Yes.
Wow.
You're on Echo.
Wow, that's really cool. Somebody really.
That's a really caring person.
Hey, Cobra.
Nice.
What come the new Studio Gold money hasn't updated yet?
Because that one it's separate from YouTube Super Chat. That's updated by Streamlabs. So there's two ways. There's
would it
two
be
ways
safe
to
call him a
donate.
Cobra?
What's that?
Would it be safe to call this guy a Cobra?
Everybody's a Cobra, but yes, for this Cobra, thank you so much, man.
It's Cobra Gold packaged.
Hey, don't you owe me $500,
What?
There's a point I'd kind of like to make about VR. The way you can control, the gun with the hand thing, we'll be able to shoot from cover. VR players will have a extreme advantage in combat.
Ooh, yeah.
That's that's a good way to look at it.
I'm a combat player, that's why I thought of it.
Do you think that they'll allow you to draw your weapon inside buildings?
I hope
Well,
so.
they did say that you can punch rocks. So get this, you can punch the sentinels out of the sky, or maybe you can punch a keg in the face. How about that one?
Wait,
I'm down for that.
are we
Yes.
going to be able
yes.
to do some Marines in VR?
Hey, I've said
and
it before, and I'll say it
and
again.
the
If I can hit a get with a baseball bat, I will love it.
Same.
What about landing on asteroids? I'm still looking for that. I hope that.
Yes.
I tried No Man's Sky on my crappy laptop that I got in December, and I trolled my friend's house by spray painting his furniture, his trees. Oh man.
The view from the asteroid would be amazing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, that would be.
I'm more excited about the possibility that now we can actually like in the cockpit view of the submarine.
Maybe physical rings.
That's gonna be crazy. Virtual reality under the water in a submarine.
Let's
Dude, I tried that once. The first time, well, actually, the second time I tried VR was like on an Oculus at PAX, and it was this ocean game where there's like these underwater.
Subnautica.
Yeah. No, wait, I don't think so. Unless if that one's in VR, but there is one that had like huge, like sea monster thing. I don't know. It was crazy, and I was like, that was like the coolest video because you could actually control the submarine and go around the ocean. And just imagine that with No Man's Sky VR.
What if number 3 is just a bunch of different lasher plants? Just lasher plant variation. That's it.
No Man's Sky Beyond.
The removal of lasher plants. I'd be okay with
the crab creatures. No, I was kidding.
We got new color on the show.
As far as lasher plants go,
we've got
burn them with, kill them with fire.
That's right. Yeah. Z is joining us. Z, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing great, buddy. Doing great. What's on your mind tonight?
Oh, actually, I was going through my YouTube, and apparently you got caught up on one of my algorithms here, so...
Really? That's interesting, because I think that YouTube had really messed up the algorithm to where I wasn't showing up in it anymore.
Well, I was watching, I think like last week...
Yeah, you show right at the top for live on Cobra.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I just
there's a YouTube apocalypse happening right now. Yeah.
I'm doing good, Z. I'm doing really good. Really excited about this new update Beyond and the VR and the No Man's Sky Online and what number 3 could be. What about you, man? Are you still?
I just hope it's a positive one.
What's that?
I hope it's a positive update with that third one.
Of course it is.
Always a positive update with Hello Games. Always.
Number 3 is all of the above.
I do understand why maybe some people would be upset with the Beyond update, to be honest.
Well, I myself has a vibe, so I'm definitely going to be trying VR out.
Yeah, I just mean for the people that won't be able to get VR. Obviously, the Xbox people are like, "Oh man, we're only getting
yeah." But
two
you know,
updates."
the thing is, the people who do not get the VR, they optimize the base game, so everybody's getting a more optimized game. That's what they also said. So the game will run much smoother, also because they had to optimize it for VR.
That's cool. But there's also a lot of people.
That's a really good
maybe,
point, Martin.
People might not have the internet either. Like to be honest, like I don't get me wrong, I think the online stuff is really cool, but I was always more into like I know that bothered a lot of people and that like online thing when people can see each other, but it didn't for me because I always thought that this was just like a single player experience. And I know there's a lot of I've read a lot of I'm not saying I'm this person. I can just feel other brothers and sisters pain out there that love No Man's Sky and that they think that Hello Games, you know, focusing on VR or you know online features versus like trying to do, you know, make better varied planets, fixing like space a little bit. I'm not saying that they have to do. I'm perfect with the game as it is. I love No Man's Sky. I'm one of the biggest fans, but I can definitely understand why a lot of people out there are kind of not so excited about this update in particular because some of those people won't be able to do VR and some people don't even care about online.
So even from the get go, it wasn't a game for everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Can I jump in on that?
Sure. I myself to talking negative.
I just want to say something. So like we were talking before about multiplayer. Multiplayer is just another way to play No Man's Sky, but understand
exactly. Agreed.
With multiplayer, there's going to be a ton of content that is going to be incorporated in with multiplayer that you could totally do probably solo. I play the game solo now, and as far as PlayStation VR goes, players are going to benefit from the optimization and how clean and how smooth the game is going to feel. You'll see probably fewer bugs or glitches in the game. Base building will see more connected, you know, where pieces fit together a lot easier than they currently do now. there's going to be other ways that they can benefit from just those two announcements alone, not knowing what the third reveal is going to be.
Yeah, I just hope that for multiplayer, you know, whatever they bring, that we can still choose to lock down our game and say, I only want my game to invite only, and they're not gonna get rid of that, because people like me, I just like to be alone. You know, I don't want strangers in my game.
Yeah,
I actually don't understand multiplayer. I've got some friends, you know, on Facebook who went to my game, and I'm like, yeah, now what? So what? We're gonna build. I like to build stuff myself. I don't need your help with grinding because I like to get the stuff myself. What the hell do you do in multiplayer? I simply do not get it. I'm not a multiplayer.
I know what kind of old man you're going to be. You're going to be the one telling everyone, get off the lawn.
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite multiplayer split screen multiplayer.
I don't see the
I
funny.
do hope throwback to Revenge of the Survivor right there.
Yeah.
I could just see like somebody joining his game and him just like putting his fist through his PC screen. It's like, dang it! No.
Do you guys think that we'll get finally, you know, if this is the online update? I'm not a big online person, but if they add the like actual faction thing to it, that would be really exciting.
You know, one thing I hope to not see is Cobra getting caught in a death loop again.
In Revenge of the Survivor.
I just want the ability so we could actually like have a squad of people or different hubs, and you could actually it could show you on the galactic map like who controls what part of space, like this region, or this person has conquered this nebula, and then people have to fight. I think you were talking about it before, Cobra, before Next came out, but
you can do something similar. You can do something similar right now with your multi-tool upgrades. You can scan for the economy or how hostile the system is.
Maybe they can give you some kind of bonus for discovering more and more planets. Like the more planets you expand, you get some kind of benefit.
All right.
It'd be cool if they had contested systems where when you travel into them, the system is contested and everyone in different factions fight for control over that system because it has rare elements.
Or a rare element, yeah.
Reveal number 3, No Man's Sky Battle Royale.
You guys,
Ninja plays it. Everyone plays it.
Cobra, if you could rapture Carlos, he said he thinks he's got his mic working.
Okay, I got him in here. Carlos, what's up, buddy?
Hey there. Sorry for this little inconvenience before. Something happened with my mic that at first I thought it wasn't recognizing it, but then I realized that the plug was switched off. But then I realized my output wasn't being recognized, and I was like, I'm gonna have to troubleshoot this later.
Well, it's good to have you on the show, man. What's on your mind tonight?
Good to be here. Well, I kind of make notes this time, so I wouldn't lost myself in what I wanted to say previously and what I've heard you guys speak. I just couldn't hear the most recent discussion because for some reason now my YouTube output isn't being recognized. I don't know. I love when you guys talked about the ancient ruined cities and exploring the remnants of the lore of the game, which is something I've been dying to see in the game for like ever. And also like living the history of the 3 races, the catacombs, lost roads, mega structures, and like a lot of things.
Who's typing?
I'm really hungry for some popcorn.
Yeah, I'm wondering who's typing.
Brent Kerman's typing.
Yeah, I'm having some issues here. I'm not hearing everyone, I think. Some people appear to be talking, but I hear nothing and I hear responses to them. But I'll be off for the night anyway. Have a good night and see you in No Man's Sky.
Okay, Brent. You take care, man. Stay safe, buddy.
See ya, Brent.
Okay, go ahead, Carlos.
Okay, so I was gonna say like also stranger menaces and maybe colossal monsters, including the sandworms and maybe whales, are not the only thing one might find in space.
Space whales.
Yeah.
Maybe
I would love
sandworms.
Look, they're going to add space whales in at this point for a meme. Just for the meme purposes. Oh, look, there's a space whale. Thanks, Sean.
Oh, jokes on you. What if the space whales are actually hostile?
Or what if it's just an
Let me tell you how
inflatable?
much. Let me
It's
tell you
just
how
going to be
much
an
I'm looking
inflatable
forward to
space whale.
sandworms. My home planet is called Doom. That's how much I'm looking forward to sandworms.
Also, that
How about space worms and sand whales? Would that be a thing? That would be awesome, you know, for a game like
space squids, Chulu.
Megalodons, space megalodons. All right, let's do it.
Oh boy, it's getting out of control now.
Yep.
Space sharks would be awesome.
With
Yeah.
lasers.
The
testing.
Neumann probes.
Sharknado, No Man's Sky.
Oh, come on, come on.
All right, hello, you guys. I got back on again.
Hey, Tyler, how you doing?
Hello, how are you? Good, thanks.
Thank you for coming on the show, Tyler.
So what have you guys been talking about?
Carlos brought up.
No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
Tyler, we're talking about anything and everything No Man's Sky.
That's right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's good.
The Sharknado.
Hey, I got a question. Has anyone seen one of those rocks that jump up in survival?
Yep.
I mean,
I
I've
have not
seen it
yet.
Yeah, I've seen that.
in creative. In creative.
No.
Oh.
No. Okay, because I've been searching and I have not found one. Because I only
Jumping
play
rocks.
creative, and that's my game right now. I'm searching for a rock, a living rock, and I haven't found one.
Huh.
So, well,
They
I
are-
don't think.
Oh my gosh.
Can you just imagine what like No Man's Sky fans like? What it sounds like to non-No Man's Sky fans? We're like, yo, I found this jumping rock today.
Yeah,
and it was
someone
amazing.
who plays Call of
And they're
Duty
like, what?
switches over to this
Like,
live
what?
stream. Yeah,
Jumping rocks.
Someone who
Yeah.
plays like some kind of like battle royale or something switches over to this live stream and they're like, oh, what are these guys talking about?
They're
Like,
talking about.
have you guys seen that rock
Like,
that jumps
they're
around?
talking about jumping rocks.
Only
Like, hey,
creative.
I was on this radioactive planet and it was about to kill me.
What, the jumping rock or the actual planet?
The actual planet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had planets doing that to me.
You know,
Yeah.
you have to install radiation shields and all that just to survive.
How
I
are
think
you
I
doing,
think that's
Cobra?
awesome.
Hey, I've got a
Who's
theoretical
talking
question.
very
I only have
creepily
one
to
S
me?
shield of each kind. That's all I need.
Who just asked me how am I doing? Nobody?
How
are you doing?
Well, I was gonna ask you how you doing. Are you still on a cane, Cobra?
I sometimes on some days I use it when I go out, but I don't take it to work with me.
Tyler said his mic glitched or something. His call glitched.
What,
Wonder if
he
it's
is
working
glitched and he saw his data?
Hey, welcome back, Tyler.
What's up? Yeah, it keeps glitching for me for some reason.
Are you trying to yourself and it kicks you out?
You're trying to wake up from the Matrix, that's all.
It's okay, Tyler. We got you back. We'll always bring you back.
Thank you.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
No.
You don't think we'll get an ARG, right?
That's from a TV show called IT Crowd.
So,
You don't
Cobra,
think we're going to get an
Yeah.
ARG?
what do you think about ship experiences?
What do you mean?
Like, for example, when you land on a freighter or something like that, or when you land on a frigate.
What do I think of the ship experiences?
Out of ship experiences, because usually I've come across a glitch multiple times where you can save a game and you'll fall out of your ship.
Oh yeah.
That's
What?
happened multiple times. So
If
I'm
you land on a
thinking-
frigate,
Are
you
you on
can
PC?
you
Yeah.
can fly on top of the frigate and then actually like fall off of it.
Yeah, that happens sometimes too. I actually
you on
have a glitch
PC
where-
or PlayStation?
Oh, PC.
Yeah, I am
wish-
too. I have that problem a lot.
But yeah, what I'm saying is, if one way to fix that probably is to make it so that when our ships are stationary there, we can actually like float like space instead of attaching to the ships and falling down.
Hey, Cobra?
Yeah, buddy.
You think we're going to get an ARG or no?
I hope
No.
not.
Unfortunately, I would. Look, I used to be on the side of the people that didn't want another one. I even took that survey that
Yeah,
I
I
showed.
kind of miss it a little bit.
Right, and I said
I do.
no, but I'm like, man, I should have said yes. I really
Yeah.
miss it. I really do.
It's all your fault, Cobra.
Hey, Cobra. Hey, Cobra. Remember when we? Cobra, remember when we stayed up all night just to watch a hamster get fed?
Yep. Yep. Or listen to weird radio stations in different languages. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cobra.
Beat the Morse code.
Shortly, not too long ago, Sam
There's some
Swain
cassettes out there.
Sam Swain made a comment saying that it was his turn to now talk about what he's been doing in No Man's Sky, and I follow him on Twitter, but he hasn't said much of anything.
No, he's under NDA. A lot of people that work with Hello Games have signed a very strict NDA, and I found that out by even authors who have, like William Buchanan, who no longer writes for Hello Games.
Right.
He's willing to do an interview with me, but he said he can't talk about No Man's Sky whatsoever because of NDA.
Wow. Question: what's Ray Rod's connection to that?
Yeah, when he was asked that, Ray Rod never answered.
Well, probably because a lot of people in the community, like myself, have been contacted by them, and he probably just didn't know how to answer. I'm sure he's been contacted to say, where they say something like, "Hey, you're doing a really good job. We support what you do. Keep it up." You know, stuff like that. And he probably didn't know how to answer that. They've never made me sign an NDA for when they were communicating with me to get the cassette tape and stuff like that. They just said, "Don't say anything until you get it." And I'm like, okay. But
hey, Cobra.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have a couple things I want to say. I have a very important meeting I need to go to tomorrow, and I was hoping we could talk about convergence in the near future. It's getting late, and I have to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning, so... Also, I have a friend from the No Man's Sky, the Convergence Planning Committee. DG Squared, I don't know if you know him. He is a mastermind in these sort of things. I'm trying to get him to get into the Discord so he can actually join us here tonight. I was wondering if we could talk about that, because it's starting to get late and I need to head off to bed soon.
Well, I don't want to talk about planning on the convergence on this subcast. That's something we're going to have to take care of off the subcast.
Okay, so if we're doing it tonight, I don't know if we want to end the subcast in the next hour or so. I really don't know.
It won't be tonight.
Not tonight. Okay.
No.
There will be cake, though.
Yes, there will be cake. There must be cake.
We will all get together and talk about that. I just don't want to break the immersion of the VR talk and the speculation and stuff like that. I just don't want to break that for this show.
We're talking about the future, not the now. But we will talk about the now another day.
Tyler, you escaped, but I got you back.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know. It keeps kicking me out.
Are you trying to mute yourself, Tyler?
What happened?
Are you trying to mute yourself?
No.
Okay.
Hey, if they offered a medical connection in your brain for free to play VR, how many of y'all would
offer a what?
You mean like an implant?
Good night, Cobra.
Like the Matrix.
Good night, Sena Rose.
Through your brain.
Right, bye.
Bye, buddy. A brain
I
implant?
wouldn't accept that.
A brain implant for VR. Do you think that's air you're breathing currently?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
you think
then I can hear the commercials now.
Hey, that's the next
You
step.
have had implant VR call Johnson & Johnson. You may be entitled for a lawsuit.
Brain implants are a little ways away. The future is actually, the future technology is going to be AR. It's how we're going to it's how they're going to utilize advertising when you go out in the world. When you go into a store, you're going to have additional AR sale prompts and social media, things like that. AR is going to be the future. Mark my words.
Yeah,
that would be cool to check out TeknoAxe.
Microsoft is already working on that. So is Google, and Amazon is tapping into that as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and in Japan they are busy with touchable holograms. Holograms you can touch and you can interact with holograms. So they're working on something like that.
Do you think they'll ever give out VR headsets for free? where it's
No.
like you can get a free VR headset, but it has like commercials built in. So like every 20 minutes, you're playing like No Man's Sky, and some guy pops up trying to sell you something.
As long as it has to do with
gosh, that is literally
It's like, you want to buy some razors from Gillette, and you're like playing No Man's Sky. You're like, what? Like, this is a free headset, bro. You gotta pay for it.
Installing ad blocker to VR headset.
I don't want a Black Mirror future. Thank you.
I'm surprised they're talking about augmented reality and brick and mortar stores that may not be around much longer because everyone's going to be buying everything online.
Yeah. Do you guys think we'll ever see another race?
The what?
Do you guys think we'll ever see another faction or another race in No Man's Sky?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I bet.
Yes.
Although, guys,
But concerning
it is 12:20.
Customizable races.
Where I'm at, I'm going to call it night and hit the hay.
Okay, buddy. You go hit that hay.
Cobra, I just wanted to say one more thing about VR, and especially for people on PC, on the PC side of things. Currently, there are a lot of new headsets in these coming out. You know, you got the Rift S, and on May 1st, Valve is gonna get more info about the Valve Index, which will also be another headset. So, but my advice is for people to wait a little bit. You know, I heard people say in the other Subcast, like, you should not wait with VR, just dive in. I think concerning what's coming out, it's smart to wait a little bit because there is new stuff coming out. It's going to be a lot of reviews, and then you can make like more of a better choice which kind of headset for PC will fit you. So yeah, I've been following it like a hawk lately.
Oh,
Plus, if you want to buy a cheaper one, you will get some of the reject.
Yocha just donated another $500.
What?
To Streamlabs this time.
Wow.
And Doc just donated, also saying true factions and consequences for joining them throughout the universe would be a very good addition to online and VR. Thank you so much, Doc. And Yahucha.
Damn, dude.
Wow. Thank you, man. Thank you, Yahucha.
Hey, Cobra.
That's a whole rack.
I'll donate to you eventually, alright? I'll donate to you later.
Okay, buddy. That's fine. I don't know what to say. Yahucha.
Just got blessed. Nice.
Thank
well,
you.
that's VR for a very good PC setup there, Cobra. Got the money for a very 1080 card and a very good PC VR headset. So there you go.
Yeah, Yahucha, if there's anything that I could do for you, you make sure you reach out to me.
Almost enough money for a plane ticket to England to do a interview.
You know, they said I got a free invitation. Or Paul Weir, the sound director, I said, what if I showed up and just knocked on the door? And he goes, yeah, we'd let you in. So
take a 360 camera with you when you go.
A 360 camera.
Yeah, so that way you can, on YouTube, you can
Captain
move it around.
Steve lives like right up the road from that place.
I was gonna say, hey fellas, it's getting late. It's after midnight. I'm gonna have to get off here.
Okay, Jason.
See you later. See you later.
Good night, man.
Good talking to you, Jason.
Good night,
Take it easy.
It's almost 6:30 a.m. over here, but oh well.
I know the feeling.
What's sleep again?
My best well wishes to every single one of you. Cobra.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
catch you later.
Oh, okay,
Hey,
buddy.
TJ.
Sorry, guys. I'm a little taken back here, and I'm kind of losing track on running the show. So I'm glad you guys are on here to talk.
It's perfectly okay. And I think that's instant Patreon. You know, Patreon. Put his name.
Oh,
on your page.
100%. Yes.
100% Patreon. You know, just where every video you make, add the name as a benefit or to Cobra TV. I think that's at least what you could do.
Yeah.
Just say.
This looks like the foreman of our guild right here.
It says, you need not say anything, Cobra. You deserve that. I just wanted to give you an unexpected gift to compensate for the unexpected expenses of your accident. Also, you're a great person. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I'm stopped at the moment. Say something,
just
guys.
awesome.
Say something.
What is the craziest thing you guys want to see in this next update? Like, if you can add anything in the world, space whales, whatever, what would you put in No Man's Sky?
The ability Einstein is an NPC, so you can interact with Einstein. Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't know where that came from.
I want to be able to collect multi.
The ability to transfer galaxies at will.
More random events.
Customizable ships.
Lava.
Meteor impacts.
Underground cities. Been saying it for a while, but I want it to happen.
City ruins.
City ruins would be epic.
Planetary
Unicorns that
charting.
fart rainbows.
Terraforming of a dead planet. How about that? Oh, wait,
I
that's
want to be
gotta
able
be
to play
sport.
poker
We're talking about
and like
sport.
bet my ship.
Play poker in your ship or
No,
bet
I
your
want to
ship?
play poker and like bet my ship, like win people's ships, bet my ship. Be able to like have multiple multi-tools like in my base. Just have them like hanging on a weapons wall.
Yeah, and the archaeological, how you say that word, the things you dig up on the ground, the old bones, the ancient bones.
Yeah.
Why are those not like 3D items you could actually, get into your building menu and just stall them out to try to fit the dinosaur together from all the bones you find instead of just being a flat image that you sell? Make it more interactive, like dig something up and just make that like a trophy to.
So like a 3D model that you could like put in
like a
your
3D
base.
model that you can paste your old ancient dinosaurs together with what the stuff you found. That would be awesome, But,
I'm looking for a femur. Is there a femur?
Wait, who said a racist comment in the subcast?
What?
Infinite Lightning is
I
saying
missed
somebody
it.
said a racist comment in the subcast.
A racist comment? What?
Oh my god.
You mean on the sound?
On the I don't know.
I didn't hear anything.
Infinite Lightning, if you could point out what was said, I'd appreciate that. But I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm like stunned at the moment, and I'm kind of like not with it. So if something happened, let me know. Infinite Lightning.
We're only against the CAC. That's all. The CAC is understandable.
I think people might be looking at our hatred for. It says Hell Demon. What's Hell Demon?
Yeah, Hell Demon. I saw that earlier.
What does that mean?
Hell Demon.
Is there a guy here named Hell Demon that said something wrong?
Yeah, that's the guy who said something. Yeah, that's the guy that's
Yeah.
saying stuff in the chat is Hell Demon. Yeah.
It's in the.
Yeah, I
text
blocked
chat.
his message.
Okay, all right.
Troublemakers in the chat, no big deal.
Okay,
That's
sorry
strange.
guys,
We
he's
don't get
gone.
that kind of
He's
stuff.
gone. I don't know. I'm sorry, Infinite
It's all
Lightning.
good.
We can already feed animals, and they kind of like draw to us, and in groups.
Yeah.
So
Pet system.
it'd be totally cool to have pets in the dang game,
Pet
man.
system.
Yeah, like companions, pets, that would be really cool.
A mount, make mounts out of the big ones. Have a mount. Yeah, that would be awesome. You don't have to
Would you guys use capture chambers, or how would you get them on your ship?
You just give them some.
Just keep it on your lap.
You
What
take
if
a
you
bunch
had
of peanuts and like
what-
make
what
a
if-
row to your ship, and then you just follow the peanuts into your ship.
Or if you just feed them enough to where you build an identity for that creature, and then you can just pick.
Or what if you have like your companion creature and you can have like Pokemon battles with like other players? Like you have like deathmatch arenas with your like companion pets. That'd be kind of cool. And then it goes to like VR and you're controlling your companion pets and it's like 3D boxing. Man.
No Man's Sky Code. I choose you.
Shut up.
Well, there's different sizes, isn't there? Like different classes and sizes of the creatures out there.
WWE No Man's Sky Wrestling Companion, like crazy stuff.
I thought for sure the guy on your shoulder was going to be a drone that you could send out to do stuff.
Dude, to scan the
When
surface
next
of the
come-
planet.
That'd be
Oh,
an
that
awesome
was
idea.
Like an
badass.
iBot drone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because why is that? Because if you look at the drone that's on your shoulder, or the thing on your shoulder, why does it blink? I mean, I've never seen a projector blink, and it's supposed to project,
Except
as
when it's
you're
broken, but
and
yeah.
stuff. But
I heard.
I wonder if they just didn't have that when the technology when they put out next, or a purpose for it or something. And I'm hoping that in the next update you can actually send that guy off to scout for different things and report back to you what it finds.
I would love to
Awesome.
be able to hack the Sentinels.
I heard the
and,
little
like,
guy
control
in-
him.
Have you noticed that your character is the only one that has that? None of the NPCs have that.
Right.
I think that I believe that first trailer.
I'm still here, kind of.
Cobra, I'm looking down
I think
at your,
that first
your
trailer we
donation
saw
thing.
is like a gateway to their version of our Galactic Dome. I think that's what they got going on. I think we are going to have to get to go to one big planet where we all can coexist.
I'm down with that. I'm sure down
Hold
with that.
on, guys. Hold on, guys. To say something to Cobra because you got interrupted.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm looking down. Yeah, nice. 537.64% done.
Yeah. No, there wasn't
That's amazing. That's amazing.
He donated to the Streamlabs and the Super Chat the same amount, like $1,000.
Oh, you're blessed, man. That's great.
I am.
You deserve it, bro.
How do you pronounce his name, Cobra?
Yaucha.
Yaucha.
Yeah.
If you're still watching, like, drop a comment, and if you make content, go check out his channel, guys. Like, go subscribe to him. Check him out.
Yes, definitely. We are winding down to Tyler escaped again. Tyler, you better stay put.
Tends to wonder.
We're winding down towards the end of the show. I'm going to be streaming live tomorrow on my second channel. It's where is it? It's the Cobra TV live channel, and I'm going to be streaming live over there talking about some cyberpunk. Pretty much, it's not a podcast. I'm just going to be recording some videos, and I'm not going to be editing them on air, but I am going to be talking about the articles and getting the content so I can edit later. So I'm going to be streaming some cyberpunk stuff over there to
Cobra.
upload to the main channel. Yes.
Cool. You still excited for Identity?
They better. They got a lot of work to do.
That is true. Yeah.
Until they pick up themselves a little bit better, I want to remove myself from that conversation.
Oh yeah, I get you.
The only thing I'm curious about is what is Hello Games planning about the other big silly game you're working on. What the hell could that be? I'm so curious what it's gonna be.
Right, and why is silly mentioned there?
Yeah,
Maybe Battle Royale game. I'm calling it.
Do you think it's going to be a fantasy? Is it going to be a fantasy RPG? You think?
I think it would be fantasy. Yeah.
Joe Danger 3D.
Z Prophet, thank you so much, buddy, for joining the channel and subscribing, man. I really appreciate that.
Hey, no problem.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. Hi.
Oh, hey, what's up, bud? I don't know if it's going to be fantasy. But he did say an RPG, one planet, or he said not even one planet, but he said like a really, really ridiculously big map, and use all of the tech that they would have for No Man's Sky just bundled into this stat. So yeah,
that's crazy. So everything that they've learned developing No Man's Sky, they're going to re-implement and improve upon in this next game.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like some sort of procedural RPG that will changes every time you play the map or something like that. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been thinking about
That'd
the
be
term
awesome.
procedural storytelling.
What's that?
I've been thinking about terms called procedural storytelling.
Procedural storytelling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Through the process of
That's
random events,
possible.
right?
That would be amazing. Yes.
Do you guys think Hello Games will ever re-release Joe Danger 1 and 2 for PS4? The next one?
Joe Danger virtual reality.
Yeah, finally get inside
Joe
the game
Danger
with Joe,
VR.
Joe Danger. You get to sit on the motorcycle this time.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wind down. I'm going to say a couple final last words to the chat, but I am going to get off the call here with you guys. I want to thank everybody that called into the show, man. You guys are amazing. I couldn't do the show without
thanks so
you.
much.
I couldn't.
Take care, Al. Take care. What's up? Oh, absolutely.
Take care,
awesome.
Cobra.
See you later, Cobra. See you guys. See you later, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
See you all.
All right.
Later.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.
Bye, Cobra.
Bye, Cobra.
Yes.
Can you change my status? And
who?
Because I tweeted you about the Patreon.
Oh, who's talking? William?
Yep.
Oh, I thought I already did that. I'm so sorry. Let me do that right now.
Speaking of Patreon, guys, links in the description if you guys want to help Cobra out. Donate. He's got T-shirts, coffee cups, merchandise down there. He's got Twitter. Check out the links.
Thanks, buddy. Also, check out Keep Calm and Game On. And he's got an awesome YouTube channel. And anybody else that uploads content, say you do in the chat. That's your chat. So say you do it in the chat. William, I did it. Let me double check. Yep,
Cool.
you're good.
I
You're
see
golden.
it now.
Okay,
I
awesome.
got the flare.
Awesome, buddy. That means
Thanks,
you can
man.
join this subcast without having to wait. You can just come right on in and scare the crap out of me.
All right.
All right.
Anyone else has a last word for now?
What?
If anyone had a last word before you went, like, do we have a last
Thanks
word?
to everyone for coming on.
Yes, thank you
It was
guys.
an
I
awesome
appreciate
show
the call.
tonight.
I couldn't do the show without you. Like, one of my biggest fears is coming on a subcast, especially after the update's already been out for a little while and nobody calls in, and then
I will be here.
I'm stuck having
Yeah,
to
we
talk
really
for
appreciate
2 hours
it,
on my own.
Really.
All right, guys. Everyone
All
have a
right.
good night and stay safe.
You too, Cobra.
Take care, all.
All right,
Bye,
bye
everyone.
everybody.
All right.
Ladies.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.
You too. Okay, Yaucha, I wanted to personally thank you so much for the $1,000 that you donated tonight. I don't even know how to express in words how that makes me feel. And I just want to say thank you. And if you ever need anything, just make sure you message me whenever. I do thank you. And everybody that came out to the chat tonight, thank you so much for coming out to the chat. It's been fun. Sorry for that little mishap in the chat. I'm glad that Adam was able to take care of it. I'm surprised Martin, the dad of No Man's Sky, the dad of all of the places of Facebook communities, didn't see it and get it right away. But thank you, everybody. And like I said, I'll be live for a little bit on the other YouTube channel. The link is down below, I think. It's called Cobra TV Live. And yeah, just says, thanks for the nice comments. I love the No Man's Sky community. Best community ever, led by Cobra, of course. Thank you, Yaucha. Thank you, bud. Whew, thank you. I'm speechless. I am. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and shut it down now. I'll be live tomorrow. Cyberpunk stuff. Going to be creating some content for this channel, but over there, recording it live. So you get to hear me read and reread lines because I didn't say it right or stuff like that. It's going to be weird, a weird experience. I just saw a cat fall. I'm sorry. All right, guys. Everyone, take care. Have a good night. Stay safe. And thank you, Yaucha. Thank you. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.